Hello everyone and welcome back. We're here with another stream for the Flesh and Blood TCG. Of course, we have a skeleton crew coming around. Steve and I have been together since the beginning of isolation. We're entering week 15 of our 5 days a week of streaming. I think I can even start to hear it in my own voice.
Week 15.
But last week we streamed Flesh and Blood. This is a TCG from a company called Legend Story Studios out of New Zealand, and this is an up-and-coming CCG, TCG style collectible game. And they put it out. The third set was just now coming out. Literally, I think it was pre-release weekend, the weekend prior to COVID happening and lockdown happening across the world. The game itself, Flesh and Blood, if you're unfamiliar, Flesh and Blood, the name comes from trying to get people together in the flesh and blood. So their whole strategy as a company was retailer-focused, in-play focused, etc., which you can imagine is quite difficult right now with Corona. So this is a great little game. We had a lot of fun. We streamed it several months back and picked it up, started playing it. Really dug it, started talking with Legend Story and heard their story. And great company with a great plan. I'm excited about that. But today what we're doing, if you want more information, check out last week's stream. We kind of covered it in depth. Let's talk about the collectible model in general on the podcast this week, if you're unfamiliar with the Covenant cast.
That go up today? Yesterday? Last night?
I think it was yesterday, yeah. So in the haze of the past 24 hours.
It did, yeah.
But what we're doing today, if you're just now joining us, is we're going to do what we do with collectible games if we weren't on camera. A lot of times the learning process for us is not something we get on camera because we aren't streaming 5 days a week. We'll come into a video series, like one I see comments on all the time still is the Legend of the Five Rings
yeah,
videos.
That was a good decision we made.
But that was something that we played a lot before we even did the first video. And it's a little different here with the Flesh and Blood.
Still hard.
It was still hard. But what we would do in a collectible game, and this is one of my favorite things about a collectible game in general, is we bought the starters, which we have here. And speaking of that, I want to mention something on that in a second.
Which is about the fact that we're out of everything.
That we're out, and then we were out quickly. And I saw people asking in the pre-chat about it, but we have Ira deck, which is a free starter, and that's something on our website. You can sign up for the waitlist. We're out. We also have these packs of 4 starters. These are incredibly well-made starter decks, but it's a pack of 4. We have those coming back. I mean, we're talking imminently, like very quickly.
Should be back this week, yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to sign up for the waitlist, you'll be notified when that's back in stock for people who've been waiting to get that. But the main thing is, what we would have done in our normal process is we would have bought these starters probably.
Yep.
Then we would have each looked at it, and I would have said, hey, I want to play Dorinthia or I want to play Bravo. And you would have said, I kind of want to play Dorinthia. So I would have said, okay, you try that, I'll try this. And that's actually what happened on the first stream, like several months ago.
That's right.
I played Bravo, you played Dorinthia.
Yeah.
And we played a couple games, and it was like, this is interesting. Interesting enough for us to talk to the publisher, which is what we do now. But
more than interesting, I would say. I think we were both pretty just like, this is like really good.
Yeah.
Same with Skytear, it was like, wait a minute, where is this game?
I think the balance we always struggle with is like, a lot of times publishers will be either so new and so small that even if we love what they're doing, they're really just not prepared for us.
Well, they're just not ready to actually like print a bunch of product, and they don't have the money or the investment or the time or whatever it is, a passion project. It's small time, and if retailers get involved, if distributors get involved, you're really just going to kill the revenue stream for those little companies because most of them are selling directly. A good example of this, like Super Show. It's great.
Example
Absolutely love Super Show, but all of their sales are funneling directly through their website.
Their whole model is built on the ability to sell direct, not retail. Another good example is Arena Rex. That's the playmat we're using. It's a gladiatorial miniatures game, and it's just a love of theirs, and it's a project. And like when we started talking about like the volume we would be interested in, it was just like mind-bendingly past what they were doing. So all that said, the reason I say all that is predating all that, when Steve and I would hang out back in Chelsea in my the back of my uncle's movie rental store.
If we had known this is where we'd be.
Yeah, I know. I would have not believed it, honestly. But what we would have done is we would have played with the starters, and we would have said, okay, great. This is a game we're interested in playing. This is fantastic. I want more stuff. And that was pre-internet, so we couldn't have looked at blogs and spoiler lists and stuff.
And I'd say, Mom, can I get 2 booster packs, please?
Yes, or we would come together and we would figure out a way to get to the point where we could buy a like booster box. So once we bought it, though, what we would usually do is we would either immediately open it and start trading and splitting it in some way and building decks and figuring out, in Star Wars TCG, it'd be like, I want to play the droids, so I would get all the droid cards, and you might be like, I'll play all the clones, and you get all those cards.
You weren't playing the droids.
No, it was actually vice versa.
It was Darth Vader.
He didn't come out for
Darth
a while.
Darth Vader.
Anyways, so what I love doing with a collectible game, though, and this is why I mentioned the podcast, one of the best things about a collectible game is the ability to play sealed and draft. And obviously sealed and draft are really good when you're playing locally and you have a community. That's also why I like Keyforge so much. It's like you can just show up on a Tuesday, you buy a random deck, and you're ready to play. It's kind of like sealed. So what we're going to do on this stream is we're going to open a box of Welcome to Wraith, which is the first set. And the way sealed works in this game is you open 6 booster packs.
6 boosters, that's
and
easy.
we opened packs on the last stream, and instead of just using those cards, we thought it'd be more fun to actually just open up a booster box and open up new packs. So we're just going to explore and play a lot of sealed. That's where we would always start. It's how we learn. It's a more fundamental version of the game. You get to explore weird cards. You don't write stuff off because you're just working with what you've got. And we're going to do that to expand our collection. We're going to keep working through more packs and boxes over set. We're streaming today and tomorrow. We're going to be streaming next week and probably the week after, and so on and so forth. But we just want to get a feel for the game and what it's like to kind of ramp up into eventually probably thinking about, I'm going to pick a hero who has a class. We're going to build decks. We're going to talk it through. Build a real deck and start playing.
Actually understand why you would run this card over that card.
Yeah,
Those are exciting times.
And I think it's tough for a lot of people, especially people coming from the LCG background, where like you're used to basically having all of the cards and you can just build whatever you want and however you want and whenever you want. And in this case, the cool part of this is when you have a contained meta, particularly when there's 2, 4, 6, 8 people, it's less about me trying to go win some big tournament with the most uber deck and more about me working with the cards that we own. In the environment where it's like I know what Steven's going to be playing. So like certain cards get more or less interesting.
That strong tier 2 is coming at you. Meantime,
that's right.
Zach could be on the most degenerate thing that he can find.
I don't probably. Yes, you're right. So before we dive in and before we do that, I just want to check in, see how everyone is doing out in the chat.
Absolutely.
We're so happy to have you with us.
Here's the thing too. I mean, about these collectible games. We talk about this on the podcast. I think that's worth hearing. The collectible games have gotten a bad rap, particularly in the face of, I think, a changing industry and one that had, exploded into board games and board game players being introduced to the idea of, you buy a box and you get the content, you play it forever. And then what is this collectible thing? And now the hobbies are kind of expanding as they're merging and people coming into expandable games and saying, collectible games are crazy. I've got to spend so much money to buy all of the components I need to have this experience. And I think that can be very jarring if you didn't come from a history of collectible games and you view this model as, so you're saying I've got to buy 6 to 8 booster boxes to have what I need to play? That just seems like, what is that? Manipulation, degenerate,
what do they call it? Predatory, price gouging.
So the important thing to remember here and what we want to show is that the format itself has so much strength that leads to a collection, not that starts with a collection. Like the idea is you can grab a couple of packs, you can grab 6 booster packs, you can open them up, you can have a great experience with a friend, and maybe do that once every month. And then by the end of the 3-month period, if you've been doing that consistently, now you have a decent collection, you can actually build a constructed deck. So I didn't even I only played sealed and draft and spoils. And we're doing that this week on Thursday. We're doing the Throwback Thursday to the spoils. And I only played sealed by the end of that game. And that's a totally valid way to do it, right? So you can play sealed, you can play draft, you can have a great time in those tournaments or those friend groups. And then if you find yourself collecting enough cards to enter into the constructed arena, then go for it. But I think thinking about it as all the cards that I want are randomly distributed in all of these booster boxes, and I got to buy all of them in volume at once to get everything I need to have a good experience with this game is flawed logic. That is not actually the case for most collectibles. So that's what we're going to be trying to show you today. Just the sealed stuff and seeing what it looks like to play in a little meta, a little constructed meta, and discovering the game, because I don't know what I'm doing, and everything that we're doing right now I'm sure is wrong. We're
going to be learning a whole lot. So there were a ton of great questions coming through, so I'm going to not reference by name because they've been flying through, so I'm going to answer some of them in general. Also worth pointing out, I think I say this on the podcast, but most collectible games want you to buy probably like 2-ish boxes per set to get most of the commons, uncommons, rares. And then you'll be missing some of the rares you want multiple copies of. You'll be missing some of the legendaries you want. And so that's what makes like packs as prizes work. That's what makes trading work. And so that's the other recognition where like if you want a full play set up front or whatever, that's its own thing. And that's a complete category of stuff. But listen to the podcast if that's a concern of yours, because we just talk a lot about this. And people asking questions, from one booster box, could you build reasonable decks? So I think if you buy the starters, honestly, just the starters, The 4 starters,
That's super fun.
that's a great experience. That'll let you try the game. I think one booster box is plenty to take these starters and make them into good decks.
Customize, yeah. Give a little flair, a little personal flair to it.
And then, like the bundle we're offering, you can sign up for the waitlist. Another question was, if the starters come back, if the starters come back, everything come back. We're going to be putting everything back in stock at once, and we have a wait list, so we're trying to catch up to that. We actually had more come in, but we didn't want to put it in until we had enough to.
You guys are blowing us up.
The wait list, so
You
we're
guys
going to
are
be
awesome.
getting that back in super soon. And when we do, we're going to try to have enough to accommodate everyone. But it should all be available at once. You should be able to grab it all for single shipping. Some international people were asking, but
I'm going to throw this away because I'm
a reasonable person.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was even saying.
What?
Well, we should have the restock in super soon. Super soon. But what
Enough
I was going to
talk,
say
more
is
pack.
the bundle with a box from each set should be plenty to really explore this game. And if you're not sure yet, that's why we're here. So we're going to be busting in. We're going to be doing some sealed. Steven handed me 6 packs. And we'll probably get, the goal is to get like 2 boxes in and see how we're feeling about the collection. And then 2 more and 2 more. And before we dive in, one last thing. You just motioned over here, which made me realize this was here, and I just want to show it.
Don't look at it. It's too good.
Yeah, it's crazy. So this is something people were asking me about because I posted a tweet about it. This is the Flesh and Blood lore book, and we talked about it last week. Look at this. It's just kind of got that nice shine going on.
Everything. Did you see the box, too? This is the
It was
box that
nice.
was sent to retail. Are you kidding me, guys?
And this is another
about making
thing.
an
So
impression.
Skytear did the same thing. They had a lore book they sent with the initial
Look at this.
stuff. And this is part of what is just so convincing
Designed in New Zealand.
about how much these guys care about this product. One, this is beautiful, but 2, you want to give me the overhead? I think that'll be a better shot. So let's see if I can get some light.
Here's a product that
refracting
none
off.
of us can get.
So yeah, you can't buy it, which is a great reason that I'm showing it. But it's a crazy lore book with great art. Am I upside down? I am upside down.
Read to
I
us,
love
Zach.
that art. Yeah, I'm gonna do when you're gone. I'm gonna do an audio solo stream reading. I'm just kidding. The audio.
Look
book
at that.
version.
Look at the creatures. Hold
Yeah.
on. Now I want to see the creatures. I love creatures.
It's super good. So they sent this to retailers with the Iris starters that we're offering for free, to basically introduce them to the world and show it, and so that their local retail store could have a copy of this down at the store that you could read while you were looking around and watching and stuff. I'm hoping they make this available in some other way. Maybe through us. That'd be great. We might talk to him about that. But I've been reading through this. I'm about halfway, and it's astounding the just forethought and care in this universe.
It's like there were 7 years of development here, right?
Yeah, I mean it's legit.
Can I look at this for a
I'll be
second?
continuing to read and
Keep
let you guys
streaming.
know
I'm
how
gonna dive
how
into
I
this
feel
one
about
here
it.
for
Yeah,
a second.
you get to there's the one that has the city with the like breakdown. You'll see
Oh
it.
man, this art. This actually looks like old Ditter Lizzie art. Jonathan would freak out about this book. It's so good, man. It's got those old. Yes, so good. Okay. I'll be hanging out with that later. Shall we crack some packs?
Ben Sweeney, Zach treats books like Bane treated Batman's spine. Hilarious.
Yeah. So answer the question here. There's 2 sets into Flesh and Blood, and yeah, it started in New Zealand, Australia area, and really kind of expanded there, and then has started to get into other markets. They've done a really good job of like growing it successfully and kind of one location at a time, and trying to get a foothold. And of course, like COVID screws everything up, right? I mean, no matter what plans you got, our store's closed. Like, we didn't plan to be doing this 15 weeks ago, I assure you.
No.
I was planning to have more meetings and talk to Jonathan and Bryce more in the office. Maybe not get more done. That's what I don't know. I think I might be more productive right now. Don't tell my boss though.
That's me. I mean, what was I getting ready to say? So people ask me about the gray board. That's so I know where our faces are when we go to the table shot, so I don't play cards there.
Did you give me an extra pack? Did I do this?
It was you. Are you trying to cheat?
I'm cracking.
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing it too. All right, let's dive in.
All right, so sealed.
I'm just gonna call out like fancy cards that
6
matter.
packs. Now there are some cards that we don't know what's good or anything like that, and that's kind of the fun of getting started. We don't know anything about this game
About anything.
in terms of what's really good. We haven't spent the time to really master it. We want to do that with you guys on camera, so that everybody else can join along and kind of feel like they're a part of it.
And they have a really cool pack layout. So you basically have these 5 generic commons up front that can be played with anything. And then you actually get 2 rares, and those can be rares and they can switch with crazy stuff. Then you get a foil slot, which can also be the crazy stuff. But then they have class-specific commons. So this is a brute, you can see on the bottom, like Savage Swing Yellow. You'll see it says Brute Action on the bottom, so that can only be played with the Brute class. So I'm gonna, as I'm doing this,
Our foil head jab looks awesome.
I'm
Look
not
at that.
even.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
that does look cool.
They do foils well. And you know what the best thing about
The
this?
card quality is also great.
Maybe, I won't say the best thing, but it's the borders, man. The borders are all so intricately done.
And then the last card's a token.
Are we sleeving stuff yet? Are we collectors?
I will grab some sleeves.
I
sure.
got some sleeves right here.
Yeah.
Head jab. All right, I want to show you guys this too. So let me just get this going. Guardian, Brute, Guardian.
Jodo,
Brute,
this is
Ninja,
one thing I wanted to mention. He says already legendaries turn off for me. Can you tell me about your experience running into some legendaries this weekend?
Oh yeah, that was super fun. So I looked up. I was looking at the metrics site, really great site, and had a review from Pearson. I forget the first name, but had just won the Road to Nationals, the first Road to Nationals. And I read through that tournament report. I want to get a sense of like what the tournament scene is like, what the metagame is like, and just kind of a general vibe around the game. And it sounded awesome. Like we're talking about all these different matchups and having to choose the right equipment and guessing what my opponent was doing based on the hero they're playing, and then having to adapt mid-game to. And it's like, oh wow, okay, well I didn't fully appreciate the amount of thought that's going to go into every game, which
sure.
is exactly what I want. But then on top of that, I looked at the deck list, right? So let's pull up the Bryce, if you got it. Is it the Feindal Heart?
Feindal's Heart.
Feindal Heart. F-E-Y maybe.
F-Y-E.
Feindal.
I know where she's at in the book.
I see it. Yeah, there. It's on the screen. So this card was in the deck. And I clicked on this card because I was like, I don't know what this is. This looks fancy. There's one in the deck. That seems good. And it was $500 on the Wraith singles shop.
Isn't that crazy?
And I was like, oh no, $500? Like, I don't want to have to pay $500 to win a tournament, right? Not that I would. I would never do that. I just wouldn't play. So I was like, what's so good about this card? Come to find out in the tournament report, first of all, didn't always run it in the deck. Was just like, well, sometimes I do.
Because they have the cool 80 card deck, but you pick 60 of them going into the match based on what your opponent's playing.
You pick 60. And then the other thing is, look at the effect on this card. All it does is generate 3 resources like a vast number of cards in the game do. And then if you have less health, you gain 1 health. That's it. And I think this is great, honestly. If you're going to do like just these awesome legendary things, having them just have tiny little good, slightly better effects than a standard card is great, because we're talking about 99% of games are not going to be decided by this card at most levels of play. Maybe at the top tier 0.1%, that finals game where it's down and like the players are so viscerally, cerebrally locked in that 1 health is the difference in winning and losing. Maybe this card comes into play, and like that's fine. I think that's great. Like, because players who are going to be playing at that level are going to be opening so many booster packs. They're going to get the prize support booster packs. They're going to buy the booster boxes, right? They're in, right? They're really in. So if you want a minuscule advantage from this Fabled card, cool. Like, I have no problem with that. Now, if this was like a hero that you could only find 1 out of every 1,000,000 packs, and to play that hero at all, you had to, like Charizard, that's a problem. But this card, this is not a problem. I think that's really cool. And I can't imagine how it would look in foil. It would look so nice. Can you imagine?
It would look amazing. It's in the cold foil too, probably. Ian says about 20% better.
Yeah, Ian, 20% better.
But 1 card at 20% better is not. Because you can only run 1 of a legendary. 1 legendary in your deck, right? Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, we can have 1 copy of that legendary. Ryan Roper, hey, this is a good question. How do you get over the resistance behind it being so hard for a new CCG to stay alive, much less one from such a small company? It's really hard to think about buying into a new CCG because of that. Ryan, I got a couple of things that I would say on this. First of all is the process that and I keep adjusting my hair because I see myself in the monitor. Zach, I haven't had a haircut in about 4 months since quarantine began.
Yeah, I'm going on about 2 years now.
I think I might just have to shave my head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Shannon refuses to cut it. She's too worried that it's going to look bad. And I'm like, look at it.
I can make it happen.
It already looks bad. Ryan, here's what I would say. First of all, part of the vetting that we do if a company is releasing a game, particularly a collectible game, especially a collectible game, is how serious are you about it? How funded are you? Like, what's your marketing plan for the next 2 to 3 years, et cetera? So when talking to Legend Story about all of that stuff, it is all very serious. Very, very serious. Serious plans, serious investors. Like, it's trying to actually get there. This is not like a, well, let's see what happens. This is a, we are going to go for it, and it's going to take X many years, and here's our plan and whatnot. So that's a huge sign for me that, like, if you invest the resources to make it happen, it can indeed happen. So that's the first thing. Second, I've been having a kind of a revelation about the value of games and whether or not they're actively printing product. We've had throwback there to 15 now, about 15, 14, maybe 13 throwbacks to old games that are not being printed at all. And we're now buying more of them. We're playing games like 7th Sea and Warlord and Middle Earth, CCG, incredible game. And it's like, if you can have a great time with a couple of booster boxes for the next couple of years, and then that collection stays with you, and you can continue to play it for the rest of your life. Now, I used to not be a believer in this. I was like, yeah, but the excitement's gone, and the community's gone, and all of that kind of stuff. But my understanding of community and like what it means to keep playing a game after it's no longer being printed has changed dramatically. I would say over the past probably 3 or 4 years. And so I think I'm judging the value of this experience now rather than whether or not it has value or the cards are sellable or there's tournaments going on in 3 years.
I mean, the crazy thing though is all those games that you've mentioned and all the ones I've been trying to find and hunt down for our throwbacks, they still have value.
Yeah, it's true.
Like that's the crazy
Wait
thing.
long enough, it'll get there.
Even think about, picture this. Even Netrunner, the living card game, right?
Yeah.
I saw.
Kind of ironic title.
I looked, right, because I was like, I'm just curious. Like, can you still get this stuff? And I think it was like the most recent collection of everything from the LCG sold for like $2,000 on eBay.
There you go. All right, I believe it.
That's a dead LCG.
I mean, you know, what's the weird thing?
Dead.
I know that there's all this stuff about collectible games being an investment and all that kind of thing. It's like, I don't even know. I guess you can speculate on anything, but like, are you having fun now?
Yeah, that's right.
And is it worth the money you're spending to have fun
like
now?
I don't regret my insane buying habits for Star Wars Destiny. I got so much use out of that. I was playing like probably at least 6 to 10 hours a week. So, you know, 500 hours a year times 3 years. I got 1,500 hours out of it. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
And I still have it all, and I have draft cubes built and whatnot. The other recognition is like when you just talk to Legend Story, they're in it to win it, man. They
that
really,
was the immediate thing that we came away with.
They believe in the collectible model, and there's a lot of upsides and a lot of downsides. If you haven't heard that last podcast that we put up yesterday, it's worth doing. But ultimately, the recognition, they started in their home country, New Zealand, and they are apparently doing extraordinarily well there. Obviously, COVID's a problem for this whole strategy. Oh my goodness, what did you just get?
Oh, nothing but a foil iron rot legs.
Oh, you're going to use those all the time. I have a feeling. But the other thing is they started there, and they were making their way into the U.S. That's why we were even talking to them initially. And that's hopefully something we can help with, which is for anyone that doesn't have a store, doesn't have the ability to get it locally, and doesn't have somewhere that has a community, we want to be able to provide a really easy, streamlined, simple way to guarantee you're getting stuff and you have access to the product. But, you know, I mean, the thing about it is, like, tell me a type of game that has survived longer than CCGs do. They all go away.
Currently.
Everything except for a handful of games have essentially gone away. So there's hazard, of course, but if you're having, it really is a matter. I would look at it, the value you're getting now out of what you're buying, and then hopefully we can help them be successful. But if not, so be it. We had a great time while we were playing.
And we'll keep it. And we'll play it every now and again. Maybe more than every now and again. I mean, we still play, we played Netrunner just the other day. Oh, look at this. What's an S? Is an S a super?
Yeah, it's a super.
Oh, you're going to love this card, dude. Look at that.
Oh, it's showtime. That Sting's quote. It's showtime.
Man, that rainbow border just looks good.
That looks awesome. I got an S as well somewhere.
S is a super rare?
I think
they're
so.
no longer, they discontinued super rares.
They're getting merged with Majestics in the next set. My super rare is called Bonehead Warrior. It's yellow. It costs 1. It generates 2 resources. You roll a 6-sided die. Prevent the next X damage that would be dealt to your hero this turn, where X is the number rolled.
Oh man, honestly, it's so out of character for me to love those effects in games like this, but I absolutely love it. I usually don't use them, but I just love them.
Here's what's kind of cool about this. This is my first seal for this game. here's my process.
God, you went through those packs like an
talking.
old pro.
I mean, I have
This
done
is
this.
somebody who's opened some packs before.
Saga Sets really got me experienced at cracking these things. But I divided all my class cards by class. I don't know if you're doing the same thing. But essentially, you know, one thing that's important is like your hero choice. And there's 4 starter heroes, and they have their young side. So like the token card sometimes comes with a young version. Like I have Dorenthia, the young version. She has 20 health in the bottom left. Her intellect's 4, so you have a size 4 hand. She has a once a turn effect. When your weapon attack hits, you may take an additional time. You may attack an additional time with that weapon this turn. But the main thing is looking at the available characters. These class cards are a big chunk of your pool, and you're only going to use one of them. So depending on the character you choose to play, you have these stacks of cards. So I'm going to look through there first and just see. I'm also going to
check this out.
Divide my rares in the same way.
Majestic, I think. M.
What happened here?
Look at how good that looks.
My goodness, Dorenthia, sing me a song. This is Steelblade Supremacy Red. Oh, it's not foil. I was like, where is the foil?
I wish it was. I sure do wish it was. Yeah, Ryan, you're on it. Part of the investment in it now, though, is finding people to play it with. If you're one of the first people to buy in an area, you have to recruit people, especially if you don't have a store. Yeah, and one of the things that's happened, and so the Legend Story pushed out their Play Anywhere organized play program, which is where anybody can host tournaments, events, I think get organized play kits or something like that. It's still kind of in beta because they had intended to launch it next year, but obviously with COVID, it's like now is the time for this. So check that out. I mean, that's another good option. Honestly, you just gotta, if stores aren't gonna, like ours, aren't gonna be open for a while, we got to have other tools to find people to play with. And those are going to be forthcoming. People are going to figure this out.
Yeah. Blake's saying, I'd love to get the booster box combo, but I worry without new starter decks, I won't be able to really play with the heroes from the second set. So I think the heroes in the second set are not supposed to be hard to get. Like, because they have the...
Think you can get all of them in one box? That's something I don't know.
We're going to find out.
Let's open one and find out.
We're going to find out. So I'm going to go through my rares as well, because some of the rares are like this Bonehead Barrier is Brute Instant. And so I'm going to put it in my Brute pile. And I'm basically dividing by type, because like I have these are all, oh my goodness.
Type?
Well, so many of my rares are Brute specific.
I don't care about rarity.
I'm just saying when you're sealed,
it's
like
read the card.
You're looking at, I'm just putting all my stuff together.
Pummel? Target club or hammer weapon attack. Okay, so there you go. That's like not class specific, but it works well with a certain class. Barraging Brawnhide. I heard from Nathan, are you still in the chat? I heard you, all of the, so John Steinbeck says, yes, you will get all of the Arcane Rising heroes in one box.
Guaranteed.
So there you go. Yeah, it has all the heroes in them as tokens.
Nice.
Bloom. And Blake, you can do that, yeah. You could buy the starters, the 4 starters, and have that forever. Like just leave it there. And then if maybe you get a booster pack every now and again, maybe you ask for one for Christmas or something.
That's really good to know that you get all those heroes. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's the right way to do it. I'm getting a lot of ninja cards, man, and I think I'm going to go that direction.
Katsu, I'm probably going to go Rhinar because I have a bunch of brutes. I mean, like,
I kind of get Netrunner vibes, right, where you get to pick your identity and like, this is who I am, and I like it a lot. My hope is that we get a lot, like, different ninjas.
What are we looking for here? We're looking for 30 card decks?
Yeah, so you can do a 30 card deck, no limit to the types, the number of unique cards that you can run. Yeah, and the rest is kind of do your worst.
Let's sort these cards.
Last pack, here we go.
Give me that Eldo.
Yeah, what's up, Nathan? I see you in Facebook there. Nathan got a booster box combo from us and seems to be very into the game.
I hear that booster boxes from us always contain L's. I'm just kidding.
Nothing but L's. See, I like a lot of generic cards too. So when you're building a sealed deck, you have a lot of ability to kind of maneuver. You took my Steelblade Supremacy? Ooh, Majestic. Yeah, that's right. I remember that now. Ooh, the Warrior stack's getting bigger. Goliath Gauntlet. That looks great.
Let me see. Yeah, it does look great. Nice.
Goliath Gauntlet, generic.
All right.
And we get to choose our, so what we do, we choose our hero from a common pool. What else do we choose? We choose
The
something
weapons?
else. The weapons from the common pool.
And do we do armor, or is it armor or draft?
Armor is
only?
from our sealed. Yeah. Sometimes you come in without any boots on or something, you know? It's like,
Let's
what
see.
happened to Zach? He lost his boots. Uh-oh, failed.
Oh no, I have everything.
Boom.
I have choices at some of the slots
I
too.
don't know. It could be every 6. Maybe you get a little bit of everything.
There's no way they can guarantee.
I don't know, man.
There's no way.
I mean, a Keyforge is guaranteeing unique decks. Anything's possible.
Leon says, "How do you guys rate Keyforge? Do you think this is as good or better?"
Woo, it's very different.
Keyforge is a great game. I think it's an incredibly well-designed game. The only thing I dislike about Keyforge, honestly, is that there's 6 months between sets. So about a month to 2 months after a set comes out and I've opened decks and I've explored and I've done sealed and whatnot, I'm kind of done with this. That's exactly what happened. The last set came out in November, and then by like late January, I was like, all right, I'm ready for the next set that's not going to be out until July. So that's the biggest problem with that
It's
game
that
for
game
me.
outside the game problem, too.
Yeah,
It's like
but-
there's nothing you can do with Keyforge. aside
COVID
from
also makes it a problem.
Wait for it.
But ultimately as well,
And play
like
it.
I'm totally fine with picking up a display of Keyforge, exploring those decks for a couple months, and then disappearing for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
That's just how that goes for me.
All right, let me look at. I'm going to show you what I've got here. So in terms of like how I'm just going to sort these, this brings me back such memories. It's insane. Okay, so here's my stack of just generic playable cards. So no matter what class I choose, I've got this stack. This is my biggest stack of cards. So I will be able to pull from this. And then I've got my Guardian cards here. So obviously those are only Guardians. My Warrior cards here. My Ninja cards. And my Brute cards. Okay? So now what I want to try to do, if I'm doing a sealed environment, I'm trying to find which of these class pools basically has the best synergy going on. That's one approach. The second approach is to look at my generic actions and see how many of them will maybe work really well with a specific class. I don't really know any of that information right now. I know you guys are all very surprised I came in here saying I was an expert.
I know, dude.
But I'm going to take look at my class cards and see if maybe like I've got a couple of dupes, if I've like got a theme that maybe could start to emerge. And I noticed that I got a decent number of Ninja cards up front, including like I think I saw a rare or 2 in there. And the Ninja cards are very much about combos. So I think my first thing I want to do is like see, just do I reasonably have enough cards to land combos?
And the way they, because I played him last week, it seemed like you basically want to have a line of attacks. Because he can go, after he hits with something, go get the next piece of the combo. So there be cards that say if the last attack in your chain is X, this does this crazy thing.
I'm laying it out right here, right? So we've got Leg Tap, goes to Rising Knee Thrust. Surging Strike goes to Whelming Gust Wave. Sorry, Bryce, if you're trying to pull this up.
Good luck.
Open the Center goes to Fluster Fist. And then Blackout Kick, is the third in the chain here. Okay. Open the Center here. Surging Strike.
Stuper08 says, wow, all those cards from 6 packs each looks like a lot. It is. I think it's like
It actually
18
is a
cards
lot,
packs.
yeah.
15 card
Head
booster
jab.
packs. And then John says, purely theory crafting, my suspicion would be that Ninja would be hard sealed class because it's combo dependent.
Yeah, so check this out though. So I've got 2 Head Jab, 2 Open the Center, and 1 Fluster Fist. So I've got 1 complete combo here. 1 Fluster Fist is going to be my finisher. I've got 2 Surging Strikes and 1 Whelming Gust Wave. So that's a little mini combo there. And I've got 2 Leg Taps, 2 Rising Knee Thrusts, and 1 Blackout Kick. So I've actually got a pretty good line of combos here.
Well, and as long as you have
is
the combos,
fascinating.
because Katsu's ability is when you hit, you get to search your deck for something that has the word combo in it.
Yeah.
So as long as you have one, you're good.
Very nice.
Right?
Very nice. Yeah,
now,
yeah.
it's worth saying, though, like, because you only have 1 Blackout Kick. So once you actually resolve Blackout Kick, it's going to go away.
It is going to go, but there's only 30 cards.
Yeah.
I might circle back through that thing a couple of times before we're done.
Yeah.
It's funny, you look at these cards, right, and it's like Head Jab, Surging Strike, and Leg Tap are all very similar, right? So they're doing some damage and they're giving you Go Again. And these are kind of my starters in the combo recipe here. And then the second thing is kind of similar too. So the Rising Knee Thrust is giving me +2 and Go Again. This is the red Rising Knee Thrust I'm looking at, but I think they're all going to have more or less the same text. And then Whelming Gust Wave. I've got the blue in here. If it was the last attack this combat chain, it gets +1 and go again. And then Open the Center, similar. If Head Jab was last, it gains +1, go again, and dominate. So they're all a little bit different in what they ultimately want to do. And then I look at my Blackout Kick here, and red is like the, from what I know, is like the best version of the card because it generates the fewest resources. So having a red...
red was more offensive. So it does more damage, but it generates less money. And then blue on the opposite side is usually generating more resources, but doing less damage.
Doing less damage, yeah. So red is going to be the best version in the sense of the effect is going to be the strongest on this card because the resources aren't mattering as much. So looking that I've got a red Blackout Kick to finish this combo, that's like, well, that's a nice little, that's a +3 attack. So that's a 7 damage attack that I can combo into. So I could, like in a sealed environment, landing one of these combos could just be the end of the game.
Absolutely.
So like sometimes it's like your bomb cards in sealed, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe I'll borrow your Blackout Kick there that's staring at me with a beautiful
My red foil.
I won't
Blackout Kick. But this is what we're saying though, is very quickly I'm starting to see, like if we were even just working through this one box trying to build decks, this is the kind of intentionality that only comes from a company really paying attention. But like you do that, the harder to get card, the Majestic that was Dorinthia only.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, there's only one person who wants that card.
Yeah.
And that's the person who's playing Dorinthia.
That's right.
And so like very quickly when we open a box or two, there's just going to be a stack of cards, even these by type, right? It's like if you're the one playing the Brute most of the time, I have a quarter of my cards that are just like, here you go. I don't really need these.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at that card, man. Stillblade Supremacy.
Oh, look at this. I actually got...
That is a great card. So until the end of the turn, you target your Dawnblade. It gets +2, and whenever it hits, draw a card, and it gains go again. So if you can swing with the Dawnblade a couple of times and draw a card every time, are you kidding me? You could potentially do that forever. That's like a bomb card in sealed.
Check out this, dude. Yeah, that's amazing. Dorinthia. I have 3 leg taps, 2 rising knee thrusts, and 2 Blackout Kicks.
Oh my gosh, maybe you should go Ninja.
I might.
Go Ninja.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Hey, what is that from?
Ninja Turtles?
Is it?
Go
I thought it was
Ninja,
from
go Ninja,
D. Antwoord.
Nope.
Very different. Very, very different. Yeah, Flesh and Blood, Evan, a couple people asking back in stock. It is as early as today or tomorrow would be the earliest, but it'll be this week. It should be this week whenever everything comes back in.
And we would typically be able to get those faster, but the holiday weekend made that questionable.
Okay, so I've got an okay.
Yeah, it's
Ninja
Vanilla
thing
Ice
here.
singing it, by the way.
Very nice.
Which is amazing. I love Vanilla Ice as a kid.
Did you see the new? He released a new track.
No, but I did see some drama about him canceling his 4th of July show.
Okay. Oh, you saw drama on the internet?
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, so that's interesting, but like that's basically it that I have there. And the rest of the cards I don't have the combo pieces. So I have that one chain, which might be enough in sealed, honestly.
It might be enough.
But we'll come back to that in a minute. I feel like sealed is super cool how quickly this actually comes together. I'm tempted to go Brute because I haven't played Rhinar and that's the one I got the most cards for. I also got some bomb generic rares. Check this out. Red Sigil of Solace. 0 cost, generates 1 resource. You can just play it, gain 3 life for 0.
Man, and that's going to be great in sealed, right?
I also got the blue Time Snap Potion. It generates 3 resources. It costs 0. You can spend an action, destroy it to gain 2 action points.
Yeah, I love that. A little accelerator.
Yep. I also got Snatch Yellow. Generates 2 resources, costs 0. Does 3 damage, attack. It's a 2 defense card. But if it hits, you draw a card.
You can't argue with that, Zach.
These are fundies.
You can't argue with that.
Clinton, nope. No Sky Tear Tuesday today.
If it hits, you draw a card. Yeah, we're gonna drop I want to actually make a good Sky Tear how to play video. We'll do the same thing for Flesh and Blood too. So I've got 2 rares for Dorinthia here. There's 1 rare per pack, right? And then maybe more if you get the foil
2 rares
slot.
per pack.
2 rares per pack. Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 Warriors Valor. That's pretty good. 2 of these blue sharpened steels.
The moment I saw Steelhouse
generate
Supremacy, Steelblade Supremacy red, I would have been like, yeah, Dorinthia is the one.
It's probably going to be Dorinthia because I just want to look at that card. So let's put that in the stack. 3 Driving Blades. I feel like there's some good things happening here. And I just need to keep looking at these cards because this is the first time I've been able to really just like hone in on what exactly is going on here. Then we got the Guardians. And look at this Blessing of Deliverance. That's a good rare for Guardians there. Buckling Blow. Oh, this is that thing you were playing against me, right? Bravo?
Yeah.
Bravo's a Guardian?
I love Bravo.
Emerging Power. Oh, look at that Showtime, though. Oof!
It's showtime. Let me just look at this.
Look at that card, man.
I love it. I love the rainbow vibes of whatever part. Like the border around the Showtime blue, like if you look at the border, it's crazy.
Disable. Ooh, that's a good rare. Cartilage Crush is a great one. These are, yeah, it's all good. You know,
how good is Showtime?
We've got 2 3-ofs. That's good.
I'm reading through all my generics right now.
Be so consistent.
Thanks, Josh. Saying congrats on the Rhino victory yesterday. He's saying can't wait for the Rise of Red Skull tokens. Stay tuned.
The beginning of your action phase is short time, then draw a card. Oh my gosh. That's...
You literally got 2 cards that would make you want to play 2 different things.
Search your deck for a Guardian attack action card. So any attack action card for the Guardians. That, I mean, search in sealed, right? That's good. That's really good. Okay, good pool here. People who are like experienced at sealed are probably looking at some of these like, oh my gosh, you gotta play that. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Wrecker Romp. Got a sweet barraging beatdown there in foil. Don't sleep on that. Bella, Awakening Bella. Anybody who's gotten product here this week or recently, how's it been? You've been busting open those demo decks or those starters and booster boxes and taking a look? Nathan says he's cracking open his packs right now. Nathan, I don't know what we're looking for. It's one of the great loves of getting into a new game. You just get to discover everything.
My problem with... I was planning on playing Rhinar, but my problem is that his ability triggers on attacks that do 6 or more. And
you don't have them.
His club, and I don't have them. I have 2. Not enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, meantime, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, Jared says he just got Faendal's Tunic from a TC box.
No way!
That's the big one, right?
Is that the fabled one?
I think that's the 500.
No, it's not. Is it?
Right here. Swoosh.
I'd sell that thing right now.
Immediately.
If it were me. Put gas in the truck.
That's hilarious. All right.
So I've actually could run Rhinar here.
You could do everything out of your pool.
I've got 6 of them. I've got 6 of the 6 attack cards. That's kind of like a third of the deck. That's actually because he'd be so good because he has the intimidate thing, right?
Yeah. You got it.
Wait, not even your generics? You don't have 6? No way. Maybe I don't either.
Well, let me look.
Oh yeah, I do.
I might be wrong because I wasn't looking at my. I was looking at my generics.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I've got plenty.
Oh, there you go.
Back it on up.
Watch it now.
All right, so Razorflex. I'm gonna plan on going Rhinar. So Rhinar has the Romping Club, and that means I can get rid of cards like Razorflex or Razor Reflex Red, which is a sword or a dagger, because that's not gonna matter. I do want these Regurgitating Slug Reds. They have that magical 6 attack. Also, Pummel is gonna boost my club or hammer. Scar for a Scar is a great card, yellow. And it costs 0 and it's an attack. Same with like Wounding Blow here, red.
So Dorinthia, I have the most cards for Dorinthia, and I got that Sweet Majestic. You already know that that's exactly what I'm doing. All right, now here's the next thing. Now, how in the world do you decide what card you're gonna run?
So that's what I'm going through. So like I know my weapon is a club. This will maybe help you out. So I know my weapon's a club, right? Razor Reflex is a card that you get to choose one. You target a sword or a dagger. I don't have a sword or a dagger.
That's easy. Cut it.
But then the other option is target attack action with cost 1 or less gains +3 attack, and if it hits, it gains go again. So that's not bad.
Okay, yeah, that can definitely go
Yeah, but
ninja or...
I'm looking, and it's like, okay, I have red, yellow, and blue here, actually. And the blue one generates 3 resources.
Yeah.
So I like that one a lot, because it's either 3 resources or it gives me +1, and if it hits, I get to go again. And I'm playing Rhinar, so a +1 is maybe enough to do something.
I see how this works.
But then these two, not as interesting. I mean, they're going to go my if I need more cards pile.
So this is just a resource generator, basically.
Absolutely.
There's probably a ratio, right? Like how many 3 resource generators do you need in a deck?
Know.
Yeah.
And it depends on the cost curve of your deck. But as an example, Wounding Blow Yellow is a 0 cost attack that does 3, and it's a 3 defense. So I have 2 of those.
Good, yeah.
I also have the blue version, Wounding Blow. It only does 2, but it generates 3 resources.
Man, yeah, yeah.
Then I have the red version. It generates 1 resource, but it still costs 0, blocks for 3, and does 4.
So it does 1 extra damage.
So like that's all good for me.
Yeah.
I like all those.
You can always play them, right?
Scar for a Scar Yellow, again, it's a 0 cost 3 attack, and then if I have less life, it gains go again.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
That's a fine card. So I'm stacking up cards that are fine. Pummel is the one that boosts my punchy punch.
Yeah, Clubber Hammer, yeah.
Yeah. Then I have Regurgitating Slug Red, does 6 damage, so that's immediately in the Rhinar deck. Now the yellow version only does 5. So
get it out of here.
I'm just gonna put it in my maybe pile, and I'm just working through. But basically, if it doesn't generate 3 resources, it better be doing something.
Congrats, Nathan. Foil Glint, the Quicksilver blue. Beautiful. Yeah, Tom's saying there's an interesting role. Oh wait, real quick. I saw a Keyforge question. Himkin. If I have a Keyforge subscription, will the product arrive by mail on the release date on Friday? That is, of course, our intent. Not of course, because very few others do it. Yes, that is how we ship. That is the entire timeline of the logistics, the operations of Covenant is based around that concept. Now, we don't have full control over USPS, so all we can do is go by their estimates and ship accordingly. But that is most of the time. We ran the numbers, what was it, a couple of months ago. It was like 91%, 92% of packages based on the audit that we did were arriving on release day for subs. So that's not guaranteed, but it's about as close as we can possibly get it for that being true. And then Ryan's saying, make sure you have slogisms for the regurgitating slogs. So that's a little mini combo there.
Bad.
Tom's saying you can basically there's an interesting rule. Typically, you will change a small number of cards of your deck based on what you're about to play against. So this is one of the cool things about Flesh and Blood and Constructed. You register 80 cards and you do a 60 card deck once you see your opponent's hero. So that's great. I mean, it's like a little sideboard thing. So if I see that Zach's playing the Wizard, maybe I pack my anti-magic cards or whatever. It's a way to have a metagame that doesn't rely on having these silver bullets that basically do nothing unless you hit the right matchup and call it correctly. So I'm a huge fan. Wizard climbs the library. You always get Keyforge one day after. That's a bummer. Some of those locations are weird. We just got to rely on those USPS estimates, but one day we'll own the Postal Service and then everything will be okay, right? Talk to Bezos about that one. Okay. I love this. This is just it's a game of incremental advantage. Okay, time for me to do a little assessment of what I'm up to. I don't know. I feel like, isn't there a piece of you, I know that this is not how you think, that wants to do like 10 1 cost, or 10 1 resource, 10 2 resources, 10 3 resources? It'd be so tidy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, of course.
Ooh, 2 blue sharpened steels. That seems like what I want. I mean, typically I want 1 out of my 4 cards to be a 3 resource card. That just opens up a lot of possibilities. So maybe I do about 8 3 resource cards. I'm gonna start there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I know that curve matters, but let's just keep it simple.
And it has to be exactly 30?
Yes. Well, yeah, I think, unless it says minimum. Maybe it does. So I'm just gonna look at my blues here. Ooh, I like that a lot. like the unmovables. Oh my gosh. Great options, actually. There's like a million of these. Potion of Strength, Raging Onslaughts, Sigil of Solace.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Interesting. I need a formula. Somebody have a formula? Anybody? You making a formula?
I don't think you're gonna find a formula.
Yeah, Ryan, I don't know. Is he right? Like there's got to be a balance to this of like thinking through, because I could run all 0 cost cards and just generate almost no resources with my actual pitch cards, but you also always have your weapon, and your weapon always is going to take resources. So like if I have Dawnblade, for instance, I need 1 resource to attack. And then I also want as many cards that allow me to go again with Dawnblade as possible. And how do I get those? So let's look at that. Okay, Driving Blade is a good example of this. Makes sense, it's in the pool. Okay, so I'm gonna start looking at things that let me do this in my generics. Anything that gives my weapon go again. The string is +3, draw a card, that's always good.
Boom, done. Just
how dare you.
Blazed. So you don't have to run only 30. So I basically went through, this was my process right now. I went through all my generics, and because I'm playing Rhinar the Young, anything that is a 6 attack or more automatically went in. And then from there, it was basically, is it giving me 3 resources, or is it doing something I really like? And then I went through my brute cards, and I was like, is any of this unplayable? It wasn't, so I kept all those. Then I have my armor pieces. I had a couple choices, but I chose what I thought was just a better version of each card. And I have like a 34 card deck or something, and I'm ready to rumble.
All right, so you just went for it, huh?
Now I'm gonna go grab a big pack of sleeves.
Okay. If you have less, so Flock of the Featherwalkers is a great example of a card that's gonna give me a Quicken token, and I wanna have as many of those as possible with this Dorinthia deck because it really revolves around attacking again. How do you guys know my pool is great? Are you guys excellent? Are you guys good at this already? Warrior's Valor, that's an example of one that will do what I need to do. Driving Blade, next weapon attack, next weapon attack, next weapon attack. Great. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 go again card? Make my stuff go again? That's pretty good.
You're fast.
This one. So 9 cards. So about a third of the deck will allow the weapon to go again. That's good. I like that.
Robert Cassatir says, hashtag Team Steven. He's on your team.
All right, good. I'm also on my team. All right, so put a card in your hand on the top bottom of your deck. The finger is defended. No. Okay.
Can't use that. Can't use that.
Can't use the boots?
They're class specific.
Very nice. I'm going to get these sleeved. Did you give me a fresh pack of sleeves?
Yep.
You just such a sweetheart. Leon Chapman, we genuinely do. Yes, we think this game has the best chance of any collectible game that's probably come out in a while of competing in the market and surviving. 100%. The passion behind it, the approach, everybody's got their head screwed on right at Legend Story that we've talked to, so it's been very nice. 3, 4, 5. This is how you start to learn the game.
Yeah. You just, that's why Sealed's so great, is because you build in a very limited fashion without overwhelming yourself.
8.
But like even this, it's like, I'm going to start experiencing more of the cards, and I'll start being like, oh, I can't pay for this. Why is this not working? And then I'll start realizing why it's not working. But I'm an experiential learner.
That's right. That's right. You heard of Montessori schools?
Yeah. I think I would have
You would have thrived there, yeah. I think I had both of my cousins Went to Montessori.
That's actually what my sister-in-law, she teaches at one.
Very good. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Good. So you know a lot about it, more than me, maybe.
Well, perhaps.
If that's
Maybe
even
not.
possible.
I know, right? Madness. Makes sense. It's like let kids learn with whatever they're interested in.
Yeah, it seems crazy, right?
If like reading and English and stuff had been Star Wars based when I was a kid, that's basically what it was, right? I didn't learn how to read from school really. That's a fun story. Once I could read though, I was all over Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. We also have those old, very nicely bound. I dropped a card right way
Under
down
my
there.
foot. Is it a foil? Majestic?
Probably a Majestic, yeah.
No.
Thank
It's
you.
that Feindal's tunic. Just kidding.
It's literally the one super rare I had. Hilarious. But
Yeah, Leon, grab a few starters. Check it out. Is it? Do you guys know anyone in the UK? Sorry, I know that you're
good.
in there. Anyone in the UK know how available the game is? Well, obviously shipped to the UK. Shipping is going to be a little higher. It's going across an ocean, but. What's up, David Whitfield? We're good. We're doing so well. Zach and I were just basically exhausted yesterday after that Rhino stream.
oh my goodness.
What a great feeling, though. Really.
One of the crazier experiences I've had in tabletop in general.
I can't believe you did more than 30 cards. What?
Expediency. Let's get to the table. Let me play. My efficiency curve is going to go up so fast if I can just get games going.
I refuse to let that happen. All right, I got my 4 equipment, and I've basically got 10 cards. I've got 9 cards that allow my weapon to go again, which is kind of the point of Dorinthia. And then I need to fill in with basically 10 more spots. I'm going to run the Steelblade Supremacy because it's a Majestic. That usually is a sign. It looks like the kind of card you should run. The border, it's beautiful. So I'm going to run it, and it's Dorinthia only. So again, these are all things that in card games tell you this is probably going to be a very good card for you. Then I'm going to pull out my blue cards in the stack of cards I'm definitely running. So I now have 5 cards that are providing 3 or more resources. And I'm also going to look at my general cost curve. So if I look at Driving Blade Red, as well as Driving Blade Yellow, but Driving Blade Red cost me 2, Warrior's Valor cost me 1, and Flock of the Featherwalkers cost me 1. So I'm looking at 1s and 2s. I don't see a lot of big 3s here. So for the rest of the pool, I'm going to go ahead and just fill it in with the warrior cards because, I feel like these are probably going to be very synergistic with what I'm doing. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, 6 there. And then generally good cards I think are like Razor Reflex and Scar for a Scar.
Yep.
Seems great. So I'm just going to throw those in. All of these are red, so red Razor Reflex and red Scar for a Scar. I do have a sword, so it's going to have a lot of potential for me. So I'm up to 9. I need 11 more cards. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then I'm just going to go with things that are of interest to me. Unmovable is one of those cards. I like things that get better from the arsenal. I love playing from the arsenal. I love the idea. It's a 7 and a 6 defense card, so these are really important to block big hits. So I'm definitely going to throw those in there. So there's 9 cards left, so those are my kind of defense cards. And then looking around, pretty much, defense values are basically 3, looks like. I mean, every card that I have up is 3s.
That's kind of the norm. Some of them are blank. Some of my better cards are blank on the defense. But I got a couple big old defenses. I just don't want to tell you because I want to surprise you. You know what I mean?
I do.
Gotcha.
I'm looking at a card like Slogism. So the next attack action card with cost 2 or greater is +5. I'm actually not going to be doing a lot of attacking through actions. I think the majority of it's going to be through my weapon. So I don't think Slogism, I could be totally wrong, but I don't think Slogism is the right call for me. And that means Regurgitating Slog is not there either. So I'm just going to get rid of all slog-based combos.
Slogging around.
I'm not much of a slogger.
Laruka, I had not seen that, but apparently, have you heard this? The Experience Backpack? in Arkham. Costs 1 resource.
No way, there's a new backpack?
Coming in the Return of Forgotten Age.
Oh my gosh, what a
Costs
time
1,
to be alive.
And you get to search the top 12.
Oh my gosh. You were
That
built
gets
for
me-
this moment.
Yeah, I was ready.
This is generically good. Potion of Strength, I think, is a generically good card. Wounded Bull is all. So I see. So a lot of these, all the blue ones are going to be more expensive, or there's an unmovable. I'm going to put that in.
Well, the blue ones, they have that 3 resource.
Straight away. They do. All blue cards do. I have gotten that far so far.
Yeah, and the yellow is 2 and the red's 1.
That's right. They make it really handy for you. Sigil of Solace.
David says, the first word I heard when I logged into the stream is regurgitating from Steven.
It'll be the last thing you hear. All right, bunch of unmovables.
You aren't going to regurgitate it?
I like that a lot.
Got him.
Hello. Sigil is generally, I mean, that's just good, right?
Yeah, we each got one of those. It's a good little card.
Scour the Battlescape, I like
What
that.
color is mine?
Nimbleism. Nimbleism and Nimble Strike work really well together,
Right.
which means I won't. That's a little combo that I won't be able to do. Barraging is generally just good.
Oh, it's the same card.
So then we've got cards like Wounded Bull, Raging Onslaught, Barraging Brawnhide. These are all cards that just are generically good attacks. And then even Snatch is kind of in that scenario too. So,
I love the extreme differences in our approaches.
throw in my generically good cards.
This is classic.
Been doing this for years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So now I've got 5 slots, and I want to look at basically how many resource cards do I have?
Guy asking, has this game been localized to any other languages yet? I don't know. I don't think so. Localization for a collectible game is insane.
That is very difficult.
Because you have to
isn't it?
print big.
Okay. Curve is generally low because these unmovables are going to be defendies. So I don't think I need a whole lot of blues here, actually. I'm going to pull in my yellows. 1, 2, 3. And then let's do 2 generic good cards. I'm going to take the ones with the highest defense value. So 2 blue Raging Onslaughts, and then a yellow Snatch, a yellow Raging Onslaught, and a yellow Barraging Beatdown. So just real quick, the method used there, which could be all wrong, could be very wrong, is I got what I felt like was a good Dorinthia like warrior pool, particularly off of the Majestic that was pulled for her.
That's
so
enough to get you to go anyway.
that kind of put me down that direction, and then I looked at what does Dorinthia want to do with Dawnblade. You want to make your weapon go again as much as you can to build it up with tokens. That's particularly devastating in Sealed, where there's just not as much defending and like counterplay that's going to go on. So I picked out every single card in my pool that allowed my weapon to go again, and that got me to 9 cards in the deck, 10 with the Majestic. Then I had 20 slots. So then I just added the rest of the warrior cards. That was 6 more cards. Then I added what I felt like was the most generically good weapon buffs, like Razor Reflex, Scar for a Scar. Then I looked at all of the cards that would give me defense. Like I wanted a lot of defense if I could find it. So I put in all 4 of my unmovables, which allowed me to get those defense numbers up. And then I had a few slots left. And so I just filled it in with like things that I thought were going to be good to play. Potion of Strength is like looks like it's kind of always good. Scour the Battlefield, again, is kind of a little filter card. Sigil of Solace is a heal. All of those things are always going to be handy. And then I filled in the final slots with generic attack actions. I would have run more of the blue generic attack actions, but the curve on my deck is like 1s and 2s. I don't have a lot of 3s that I'm swinging with big things with. So I don't think I need quite as many 2s as I might otherwise. So I didn't put them in there. And we've done it. We've built a genuine deck.
Van wants to know, Zach, are you feeling like you should have gone through Steven's process at this point? Not a chance.
No, never. And never.
So
that hasn't happened in 25 years.
When we did the Skytear one, it was next level because it's like that game takes deck building to a different level.
It does.
And so when you apply our process, like one more derivative out, it's like we were just night and day, unbelievable.
Totally different idea.
All right, I'm gonna position these. I only have 3 pieces of armor.
I won all those games.
Did you get your armor?
Yep. Glad you didn't hear that. Quicken. I got a Quicken token. A couple of those.
Didn't have anything to do with the color you were playing.
Yeah,
being the best. Just saying.
Maybe not quite.
I did love that there was a comment. It was a fun little banter we had where it was like someone was like, "I've noticed Zach tends to win the PvP games." And it's like, we went 1-1 in that stream. I don't know what you're talking about.
Once we get to constructed, you do.
It's a whole new. Well, that's a lot of our like learning videos. We do them after we know how to play, but like usually I've played it a lot at that point. So that might be what was being referenced. But I don't. In our actual record of playing games over forever, who knows? It's close.
I think we've been doing it this long because we approach the games differently and have equal levels of success more generally.
Yeah. All right, I'm playing Reiner. I have my nice cold foil romping club. So side note on that, I don't know if you mentioned it earlier with your. I love that Dawn Blade foil. But there's.
You love Dorinthia. You haven't even played her yet.
I know. No, I didn't. But she's one of my favorites in the story. She's great in the book. But we have these cold foils, random promos. There's 4 from set 1, 4 from set 2. We have a bundle that's on our site. I think it's out of stock, so you have to wait list on it. But we have a limited number of those promos, and we're going to keep doing them until we either run out of promos or can't get more boxes. I assume the run out of promos will happen first.
Yeah.
But you get 1 per box, and the bundle is 2 boxes. So you can sign up on the wait list for that on the website. But those are sweet. If you haven't seen the cold foils in person, it's something different. I've not seen any foil like this in my life. It's cool. It's a very cool foil.
Oh, it's really good. The rainbows too, especially the rainbow on the show. This Showtime, like you got to be amped for that card, right?
I do love this. Lion Day says they built their decks like their characters would have. Reiner Smash.
Yeah, right. That's true. Do you have a young Dorinthia anywhere? I think I may have pulled one.
I just pulled one.
Got a young Bravo. Thanks. Dorinthia.
Dorinthia comes from a long line of, what do you call people that make armor?
Blacksmiths.
They are blacksmiths. And she went to her awakening ceremony, goes into a room, and then it's like, basically it gets real dark, and then it's like, their whole thing, they worship the sun, basically. So the sun god, light
I like
god.
that. Yeah.
Soul, S-O-L. But you know, all these swords start lighting up, spinning around her and flying around, and she reaches out and grabs one. That's Dawnblade. It's
wow.
Cool story. Cool art on there too.
I would love to have that kind of a ceremony.
I'm just gonna put Showtime right over here, so I remember it's there. We're gonna eventually get it constructed. I'm gonna love it, and I'm gonna do old Bravo big time.
Old big time Bravo.
Big Show Bravo. That's what it is. Bravo Big Show. Something like that.
It does seem like just totally your style, like that old. What was that deck in Spoils? That Cheats deck. Cheats McGillicuddy.
Cheats McGillicuddy. It's on my desk right now.
I hate that card.
Apparently, Thomas says $600 for a set of each of those promos.
Really? All right, I'll be right back. Wow, then we're way. Let's go raise the price on those, huh?
Lion Day says, speaking of promos, any news on the one you guys will get for the Crucible set?
Very close. Checked on that this morning, actually. Yeah, we'll have information about that. The important thing to note, it's not going to be like a promo that you can only get. Like, it's not going to be a hero that you can only get through our subscription. That would be bogus. We wouldn't want to be any part of that.
But what it will be is an alt version of that card that you can only get if you're a subscriber.
Some beautiful version, alt art, full art, extended art, rainbow foil, cold foil, etc. We're putting the finishing touches on it right now.
So, yes.
I agree.
Yes, I agree. Also, beware, if you're not signed up for a subscription and you're unfamiliar with how this works, you sign up, we charge you a week or two before stuff comes out. It shows up on your doorstep, usually on release. You don't pay for it until like right there a week or two beforehand. But that said, if you miss that and you don't get the promos, it's going to be highly likely that you can't get those any other way. So if you're watching and you're thinking about it, I would hop off the fence.
You only got 3 pieces of equipment?
3.
Ha!
We draw 4, right?
We draw 4 cards.
And is there a mulligan in this game?
Did we mulligan?
I don't know. We've been playing so many different games. It's crazy. I'm playing Reiner the Young. He starts at 20 health. Oh, we need our dice. Dice of justice. I also got my romping club.
I'll take the blues. You can take this mishmash of
John
color.
Bosley, for the waitlist for the Hero decks, do you anticipate being able to fulfill all the waitlist orders for the stock you're getting this week, or just those who signed up for the waitlist first? So waitlist is just a notification system. So it's first come, first serve after that. How
Get
many?
an email, X is back in stock, go get it here. It's a very ugly email also. It's one we haven't customized.
Yeah, but how many people get in and how fast? It's weird because the waitlist only represents number of people, not how many they're going to buy. So we have, equations that we use to figure out how much to order based on history. But
Tons of calculus.
yeah,
and
that's it.
sets.
We're going to have a bunch in. When they come in, if they go out, sign up for the waitlist again, we'll get them in as soon as we can. And eventually the pandemonium around these things will subside and we will catch up.
Maybe. Hopefully it doesn't.
If not, that's a good problem.
Yeah.
If it happens too long, we'll look at other solutions. I'll say that
I'll
much.
finally get to fulfill my lifelong dream of buying a boat. Just kidding.
That'd be great.
That is not a dream of mine. Actually, I do have a dream to buy a boat, but it would be a sailboat. It would be small. It would be super well made, custom, like some old boatsmith I found in an old quest that I was on would craft it carefully to my precise specifications.
I like that I did it wrong and then you did the same thing.
Yeah, I did do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking more at patterns than at numbers.
Yeah, I'm with it. My armor, for what it's worth, I have the bark bone strapping, I have the Goliath gauntlet, and I have the iron wrought legs.
Well, I've got the iron wrought helm and the iron wrought legs. Good old iron wrought. And the Goliath gauntlet, so we're on the same page. But then I've got the hardened cross strap, which you can destroy to make your next action card that costs 2 resources less to play, and then go again.
Nice.
So basically -2 to a thing. It's kind of your resources, your gatehouse. The hero weapons tokens, yes, they are, Blake. Yeah, they are. Now, if you were doing this in like a store environment, this is how spoils used to be. The store or whoever's running the event would have like, a token bank. So you'd have like 20 of every weapon, 20 of every young hero, etc. And then you could just grab what you needed once you drafted or sealed.
You know what? Someone just had a comment. I think it would be cool.
What's that?
You know how we do the champions boards with a villain with a hero that has or the villain that has the health that goes down?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be super slick.
That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool.
Like if you just had your sweet.
Like 2 hand slots, and then you could do the whole thing. Man.
Well,
you could
I'm not even thinking hand
You
slots.
could have like his giant dash. Just bring my
a dashboard. No, I'm like, you know how you have the 2 rows of tokens, and you can have one side that's 10, and then the other side that counts in 10s.
Mm-hmm.
So you go all the way up to 40 real easy.
That would be nice.
That's about the amount of health that you deal with on the villain.
Yeah.
And you kind of just click it
Yeah.
down.
I get that. That's true. Evan asking, do we know if there's other free product to other YouTube channels? I honestly have no idea. We don't talk about essentially the marketing efforts that they're going to have with other folks. It's exclusively just talking about how we're going to work together and do what we can to get this thing in the U.S. and get everybody to know about it, because it's worth knowing about. That's like Skytear. It's like, what?
I think they sent product to over 1,000 stores up front in the U.S. And obviously that's how we found out about it. They just sent us product.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume they've basically sent it to everyone that might be interested in covering it. Ryan saying, do you know what the planned release schedule for Flesh and Blood is? 3 year, 4 year? I think it's 3 year. I think they're trying to maintain a pace of about 3 a year.
I like that.
Which is right. It's the
4
right
months,
pace.
yeah. 4 months is great. Okay, so 4 cards. Man, these shuffle nice when they're new.
Yeah, the sleeves.
Let me tell you.
All right. Evens are you, odds are me?
Evens are you, odds are me?
Odds are me.
Odds are me.
You almost got me on that. Because it could have. You said the same thing I said, so it could have gone either way. You know what I mean? So the first round, we each get to refill our hand after this.
So basically dunk all of my defense cards. Now, here's the other thing, though, and this is a really important lesson that anyone with a brain has probably already figured out, so present company excluded. You gotta look at your. I tried to get through without laughing.
Yeah.
You gotta look at your next turn of offense to make sure that you're not dunking your return volley to have a weaker opposition attack. A very convoluted
Are you
way of
talking
saying
like
that.
British, like the opposition?
Yeah, the
you know?
opposition.
But the thing is, on the first turn, you get your hand back.
You get your hand back. But there are some, like, players will know what are the critical cards to my deck that I need to not pitch for, like, you know, I shouldn't say pitch, that I don't want to defend with, because when I draw back into my next hand, it could combo really well with something else.
Yeah. Well, and I'm trying to, this game particularly, use my arsenal a lot more.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to lean in.
That's really the key to this game.
Yeah. Evan's saying, did we ever figure out what sleeves they're using? So these are the Katana sleeves from Ultimate Guard. They're on our website if you want to learn more about them. But I'm experimenting with them. I'm a lifelong Dragon Shield fan. They have sleeves that are great, that last forever. But these have been great so far. Similar, basically similar or slightly better quality. The question mark is how long they last. So I've been, for the past 6 months, sleeving everything in this, and I'll let you know in about a year or two if I feel the same idea about them as I do Dragon Shield. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. How about we start with Awakening Bellow? It costs me 1, so I'm going to generate resources. I'm going to pitch my Raging Onslaught Blue, generate 3 resources. Awakening Bellow costs me 1, top right, you'll see that. The next Brute Attack action card I play this turn gains +3 attack.
That's annoying.
Also, Intimidate. Target hero banishes a face-down card at random from their hand at the beginning of their end phase. Return all the cards banished this way to their owner's hand. Then it gains Go Again.
Okay. It's going to resolve. I get intimidated. You bellow at me?
Grr.
What'd you pitch to make money for that?
Raging Onslaught Blue.
Okay.
So I've got 2 floating resources. Banish thee.
Do I get to see
Just
it?
lean in. You can look
Does it
at
go
it.
face down?
I don't
It
care.
doesn't really matter, does it?
It's banished. The banished pile is face down, but you would
Yeah,
know
face
what it
down.
is.
So you don't get the information. So I think that's the relevant piece of it.
That's right. Okay. What up, Ian Schaefer?
What's up, Ian? Good to see you. Yeah, these are sealed. This is super fun. I mean, it's already like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah. The fact that we were able to build these decks in like that time.
Yeah.
And we do 2 or 3 of these seals, and we'll know what's going on.
I mean, one box gets 4 sealed pools, basically, so like 2 each.
Yeah.
That's nice.
All right. So this resolves, I assume.
Yeah, go.
All right.
Goes
So
away.
it's going to stay in the chain. Stays there.
Okay, you can leave it there.
So then now I want a Brute Attack action. Check this out, dude. I'm going to use Pack Hunt Red. It costs me 2. It has Intimidate.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's a 6 damage attack. It's a Brute action attack, so it's going to gain +3. It's currently hitting for a 9. And does Intimidate happen when I play it or when it's resolving?
I think it would have to happen when it was resolving, right? Or when it was being played, or else what's the point? You know what I mean?
Well,
Hold
you
on,
could
should we
use
look at
all
the
your
book?
cards. Maybe
we
it
look
would
at the
get you
book?
to, yeah, let me get my tiny little, hold on.
What's up, Will? It's good to see you on Facebook there. Yeah. Been curious. We were super curious
Yeah.
too, and we finally checked it out and really, really dug it.
When you play it. Happens when you play it. Thank you, chat. You're the best. So let's intimidate you again and get you some,
How do you know that?
They just chatted me.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Ian. I know Ian because he's the one that introduced us.
Yeah, when you play it. Okay. There we go.
You're getting intimidated.
I am. I'm scared.
Grrr. All right, you got a 9 coming at you. Good luck.
What? Why are you doing this? What is this opening? The heck is this? Anything I should know about as well? 6 or Rompin' Club or anything?
What is this?
Oh, you
9
just-
damage opening. That's half your health if you let it hit.
Well, I gotta pitch both of these.
Oh my gosh, isn't that funny?
All right, so
God, it's so good.
I mean, I'm gonna get him back, right? So you don't have go again on this, yeah?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna defend with 6. Then we go to attack reactions. You got any?
No, that'd be great. I'm just like, plus
All right,
3.
I got no defense reactions. So I'm gonna take 3. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything weird?
These clear.
These clear.
The pitch goes back onto your deck, so that card will go there. And then I'll add this card to my arsenal. Now, arsenal, and these that were used permanently are gone. They're not shuffled back in, so they're my discard. Arsenal, refresh. I can't use the defense value or the resource generating value.
Correct.
Those are the 2 things you can't do.
That's right.
So like if Pack Hunt Red was in my arsenal, I couldn't use it for the 3 defense in the bottom right corner or the 1 resource in the top left.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if it's a defense reaction,
then
you
I can use
absolutely
it.
can.
All right.
Yeah.
And then because it's the first turn, we both draw back up to 4.
That's right. Prepare to die. After that nonsense. All right, Dorinthia, what do you got in return? Oh, all my resources are gone. I see what you did. That was really, really annoying.
What I did?
Yeah.
Because I also forced you to keep those 2 cards, right?
Yeah, which is fine, but it's mainly that they were, I had to get rid of my resources, and so now I'm just sitting here, wonder what I'm going to do. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Have at thee.
I see what I need to be doing.
All right, let's kick it off with a warrior action. I'm going to play a driving blade red. My next weapon attack this turn gains +3 and go again.
Hey, now, this reminds me of something.
And I'm going to pitch to generate 2 resources, which will immediately get paid for there.
All right?
Good?
You got it. +3 on your next weapon. Here comes the Blade of Dawns.
And go again. All right, 1 resource for an attack. I'm going to pitch 1 to pay for that. So we now have an attack. It's +3, so you're looking at a 6 damage attack.
That's gross. And it's when you hit the second time is when I take stuff, right?
That's when I get a token, and then it starts getting more insane.
On the second hit.
Second hit.
Okay.
Otherwise, you just take 6.
I don't want to.
Who's laughing now?
Let's just block 2 of it.
2 of it.
Yep.
Easy mode. All right, take 4. And the gains go again, so I will refresh my action point. And let's go again. 3 damage coming at you.
Just a 3?
If it hits, I will get a counter.
3 and you're out of cards.
I'm out of cards.
Yeah.
Let me go into that with a little 2-card hand there.
Just looking.
Maybe throw him from the arsenal. I don't know. Just spitballing. It's like it's a slow. I love this little accelerator.
I'll block for 3.
Okay.
I don't want it. I can't let you get a token. It's too much
Pitch
value.
cards can go back underneath in any order, and at some point, I am definitely going to care about that. And I draw, and Zach does not, because it is not the first turn of the game. Ooh, 4 blue cards. What? All right, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Let's... Let's just do this. I'm gonna, from my arsenal, play a Wounding Blow.
Oh, yeah?
It's a 0 cost, 4 damage attack.
Anything weird, you know? All right, so if I look at my next turn, ideally, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. So...
Nick asking, the cool mat is gone. We still have it, but it makes it where we have to like position the mat, not hanging off the table because we're playing at this angle, and it just makes it hard to do.
3.
Nick asking, you guys know when you'll be restocking this game on your site? Imminently. Today, tomorrow, and then everyone on the wait list will get notified we're back in stock when that happens. If we run out again, just hop up back on the wait list. This first week might be crazy. The response we've had so far has been wild, but we're going to be actively restocking that as often and fast as we can.
So this is a Wounding Blow. It doesn't have go again, so this is your action point.
Yep.
Okay. Let's block with a 3.
Okay.
Got any reactions?
I'll pass my first chance to play one.
Pass.
All right. Resolves for 1.
Take 1.
And then I'll put this in my arsenal.
Hard to play in the arsenal, isn't it? I just want to play it all.
What?
All right, let's start off. I'm going to play Flock of the Featherwalkers. It's going to cost me 1. So I'm going to pitch. I really want to play both of these. Pitch, Sharpen Steel. Generates 3 resources. So I'm going to spend 1 on Flock of the Featherwalkers. As an additional cost to play it, I have to reveal a card from my hand with cost 1 or less. Nailed it. Boom. Create a Quicken Aura token. Here we go. So when you play an attack action card or attack with a weapon, I can destroy Quicken to give the attack go again. So it's basically a way to, in the future, get a go again moment. This doesn't matter anymore.
Did it have go again?
Yes. No. It did not. Not at all.
So is your action point to gain a Quicken token?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then this guy will go underneath, and then I'll draw back up.
Okay. Let's see if my plan works.
Oh, nice. Ryan, Quicken isn't optional, so it must happen. Very nice. Yeah, isn't that cool? Nameless saying that Flock of the Featherwalkers is so cool looking. It is.
I love that
It
art.
truly is. You like airbenders?
All right, I think this is my big turn.
No. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Big turn, huh? Use that club already. You say we skip defense, Ryan? It wasn't an attack, was it? Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So this actually is a 3 damage attack.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Cool,
makes
cool,
sense.
cool. I will use the 1 armor here
Taking 2?
and take 2.
Okay. Makes sense. It says attack on it.
Okay, mine?
Yeah.
I'll use this instant. I'll destroy it, roll a d6. It says, this is the Barkbone Strapping. Destroy Barkbone Strapping, roll a 6-sided die, and gain resources equal to half the number rolled rounded down.
Very nice.
2.
2.
So I get 2 resources here.
Wow. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay.
This is so different.
It is so different.
I really dig it.
I am a fan. I need 1 there, 1 there. That's all fine. So, in that case, let's do this. Primeval Bellow.
Quit yelling at me.
It costs 1.
Cost 0.
Cost 0, that's better. Additional cost to play it, discard a random card. The next brute attack this turn gains +5.
Is that the good one?
No, it's another one of those.
Oof.
Now, as additional cost to play a card, discarding a card.
Mm-hmm.
I presume I would have to discard a card to play that card. If I'm out of cards, I can't play that card.
That's right. Additional cost. That should be -2 at damage. Gotta watch him, guys. Thank you. You wonder why I lose the 1-to-1s. Cheating.
I'm going to destroy the gauntlet and give my next attack +2.
Okay.
And then...
Can we throw it up here to remember, so
Yep.
I can remember? Okay.
So it's a +7.
Currently a +7.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And then I will play from my arsenal Breakneck Battery. As additional cost to play it, I discard a random card.
Nice.
So there's another Bellow.
I see how this goes.
So I'm at a 12 damage currently.
12 damage attack coming in. And if you discard a 6 or more, it's Intimidate, right?
It was
But I
not a
didn't.
6.
I didn't. So that's a lot of damage, yeah? All right, let me see how this is going to go.
I'm basically trying to force you to not have a hand.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work.
Good. Try being my operative word.
2 and a thing. Okay. Oh man, this can really.
We have D20s eclectic. Appreciate it though.
Okay. Boom. And what's in the arsenal here? Okay. I got it. So I want to do 1, 2, 3. Oh wow. Okay. All right. I want that one. Don't need that. I do want that one. All right, and you said how much coming in?
12.
12. All right, I'm gonna throw 3 in to the defense.
All right.
Take 9. You got any reactions to that?
Nope. You got a 9er.
Take 9. Yikes. 10 becomes 1. 7
I'll put this in my arsenal.
to 14. It's ugly.
All right.
All right, over to me, huh? Well, let's start with this. Wow, what a good card this is. Okay, action, 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 and this says next attack action, next attack action. Okay. So, if we do... Man, resources in this game are hard.
Am I right?
All right, so I'm going to pay 1 for Steelblade Supremacy. And I'm going to drop 1 as a resource to pay for that. Warrior's Valley.
Ooh. You got the card. He's got the beats.
I got the beats. So it says until the end of the turn, target weapon, which is this one, gains +2, and whenever this weapon hits, draw a card. So I'll draw a card every time the Dawnblade hits for the remainder of the turn. So then, second thing I'll do, and against go again, of course, is attack with the Dawnblade.
Okay.
With 1 resource. So we got 3. It's a 5 damage attack coming in. If it hits, I will draw a card. And then when I play an attack action or attack with a weapon, destroy this to give it go again. Must happen. So the blade's going to go again, swinging for 5. If it hits, I draw a card.
No cards.
No cards.
Take 5.
Take 5. Draw a card for Steelblade Supremacy. And Dawnblade has go again. So I'll pitch 3 resources here to attack again.
How many hit for?
Spending 1. 5, and I'll draw if it hits.
It's +2 the whole round?
The whole round.
My.
Till the end of the phase. This will get me the all-important counter, too, if you don't do anything about it.
Well,
yeah, Ben, we're paying. It's right here.
I'll block 5 of it.
Boom! There it goes. Dawnblade coming back in. Steelblade Supremacy out of here. And nothing to be done about this because there's no go again involved. Over to you.
Noted. All right, let's do this. I'm going to play for my arsenal. Scour the Battlescape. It's a 0 cost.
That.
I can put a card from my hand at the bottom of my deck. I won't. If I do, draw a card. And then it says if Scour the Battlescape is played from my arsenal, it gains go again. So you got a 3 coming at you with go again.
3 with go again, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Don't like that. I need to find a way to win. You ever think about that?
Winning is good.
Yeah, defense is tough. You know, I think I'm just going to take 3.
Okay.
to go from 7 to 4.
All right. And then...
Don't you combo me out here.
Let's play a regurgitating slog for 2. 6 damage attack.
Throw a 5 at it.
All right, take 1.
Take 1. Come on. Oh, I need to put these under.
This goes under. These go away.
It's nice that if you forget to put your pitch cards under, it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because you haven't got to the bottom of your deck yet. So I take 1.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, 3 to 9. What's up here?
What is happening?
What's happening here? Okay. Well. Okay. All right. So how do we do this, really? We got a 0, generate 1 there. So 1, 2, 3. Man, whew. That's good. Okay. Okay. It's amazing how much you really just want to be going again. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. How about let's try to do some damage. Let's play from the arsenal starting out. Nature's Path Pilgrimage is going to cost me 1. So
that's the City of Soul.
I'm going to drop.
I forget what it's called.
I'm going to drop.
How about that? That's a cool card.
Let's see. 1 to attack. Hold on here. Let's go generate 3 with a Potion of Strength. So 1 is spent. And next weapon attack is +1. If it hits, I can drop something from the top into my arsenal. And I'll pay 1 to swing with the Dawn Blade. It is currently swinging for a 4. What's up, Galactic Trendsetter? Greetings to you.
And if it hits, what happens?
I get to look at the top card. If it's an action card, I put it in my arsenal.
Odds are good.
Hope so. I didn't have go again, though, so like that's kind of the end of my turn.
Mm.
Let us leave? You guys are all watching Avatar Last Airbender, right? Hopefully for the 3rd or 4th time. It's Nature's Path Pilgrimage Blue that I just played. So this is going to be, if you're watching the cards pop up, this is Zach and I essentially failing. Because we're supposed to say the colors, because we have all of those in a database, and sometimes we'll pop up the wrong one if we don't say the color. So Nature's Path Pilgrimage Blue, which gives me a +1. If it hits, so you take 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look at this, and it goes into, wait, what is it?
It'll say like generic attack action.
Oh, it says action? Oh, man.
Did you get a non-action? You got an
Non-action.
upgrade or an instant?
Non-action.
What'd you get?
Great, the defense reaction, exactly what I want.
Mm.
Oh, I was supposed to pay for that below these many years ago, I feel like. Okay, anyway, that's the end of my turn. Dawnblade comes back. Nature's Path.
So 5 to 3.
Man,
Man, this is a tale of a different game, right?
Oh, it's so different.
Crazy.
Draw 2.
You ready for this? Brute?
Yes.
Brute beatdown?
That's right. You've got to pay for defense reactions. I forgot about that.
All right, let's do this.
Horrible.
Barrage and beatdown is free. My next brute attack is +3 if it's not defended by at least 2 non-equipment cards.
Okay.
It also has intimidate.
2 non-equipment cards. Okay. Take care, Kaya. Yeah, more tomorrow.
And then play a Barragian Beatdown Blue. It also has Intimidate, and it's +2 if it's not defended by 2 or more non-equipment cards.
That's good. These are all 0 cost. What the heck is wrong with this
The brute way,
deck?
man.
You just don't have to pay for anything?
Then I will play Scar for a Scar, 0 yellow, 0 cost. It's 3 damage attack. And if I have less health than you, actually no, let's flip that.
Something you got to pay for, maybe?
Well,
You swing with a club. You haven't swung with a club once.
no, this is fine. It's what I want to do. So Scar for a Scar is coming in for 3.
Also free.
Yeah.
And if I don't defend with 2 cards, it's
No,
actually...
it's not a brute, so it doesn't do anything.
Oh,
I was
okay.
just intimidating you.
Okay. So it's just 3.
Yeah.
Oh, on the Arsenal too. I'm failing. Oh, guys, a lot of learning to do. All right, sure. How about 2 here? 2 armor versus 3. I take 1, unless you got a reaction.
Oh, is this count as a brute attack?
Probably.
I didn't think my weapon
Brute weapon. It says attack on it.
brute attack this turn. I should totally do that.
Yeah, you definitely got it.
All right. So let's. I have to what? Pay 2 for it.
Yeah, it's a weird. I know it's a strange sensation, but
I'll pay 2, and it's a 4 brute attack that's going to get +5 unless you defend with 2 cards, 2 non-equipment cards.
okay. So it's 5 plus 4, so it would be 9 total if I don't defend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which you would die, so you're not gonna.
Yeah,
Do
then you gotta do that. All right. So it's a weird hand. I've got to play the yellow unmovable, and I've got to pitch the blue unmovable to pay for that. Because it costs 3, and it gives me +6 defense, so then 7 and 8. So I take 1, but I have no hand.
that. Yep.
Except I'll get some back from those intimidates, but
And
not
then
quite enough.
This flips under, and I'll put this in my arsenal. I draw 4.
Unmovable goes back. 2 cards to do 5 damage. Can we do it? Let's find out.
Those cards get way better. I didn't know that counted as a brute attack. Makes sense.
This is gonna be tricky. Let's. All right. Well, so I'm gonna destroy the Goliath Gauntlet.
Okay.
Every the next attack action card with cost 2 or greater gets +2. Oh, that's wrong. I don't want that one. I think it's the Heart and Cross Strap that I want. And the Heart and Cross Strap, the next attack action you play this turn costs 2 less to play. Actually, I want neither of those. Dang it. Okay. Maybe I do. Man, I'm on the back foot here.
Yeah. This is a great warm-up game, though.
Oh
honestly.
my gosh.
I can't wait to open more packs and do it again.
All right, let's just go, man.
I like the brutes more than I expected. What are you doing here?
All right, so we're gonna destroy the Goliath Gauntlet to get my next attack with cost 2 or greater +2.
Okay.
And I go again. Then we're gonna destroy the Cross Strap to give the next attack action card -2 cost.
Okay. So you get a free 2 that's a +2.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
And I don't imagine the Goliath Gauntlet references the modified cost, right? It would have to be like, if I reduce the cost, this still works, right?
Yeah,
It still
definitely.
has cost 2 or
Yeah,
greater. So then I'll pay 1 for Raging Onslaught, pitching that for 2. So I have 1 floating, although I have no cards in hand. And that's gonna be a 5, 6, 7 damage attack.
All right. So I have to not allow that.
Don't die.
Well, you got me that one time with the reaction card. That was
I
a
don't have
bummer.
anything in my hand.
I'm saying, but like if you draw back up and you draw the like poke me for 1 when I hit you, if I go down to 1, that's a problem. We're gonna risk it though. I'm gonna break my legs, my iron rot legs, and throw in the Wounded Bull Blue for a 3 total.
You got me.
I take 4.
Take 4. Call me in the morning.
My armor's done. 1 to 1. Look at this.
Here comes the defense cards right in my hand. You're not gonna have any intimidates. It's gonna be great.
Ready?
I'm so ready. Yeah.
Let's play Primeval Bellow, red, 0 cost. As initial cost to play this card. Discard a random card.
This one.
There goes my Time Snap Potion.
Does your stuff cost any money? What is up?
Never.
What is up with these berserkers? They don't have any cash? Just yelling.
And then I may as well use my Romping Club.
9? 9 total?
Cost me 2. So yes, you have a 9 coming at you.
Bummer. None of these cards. Oh my gosh, how fitting the final card that I drew before dying. So I can defend with 3, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, bummer.
And then the last card I drew was gain 3 life.
Nailed it. So the discard off of my ability, the other card was a 7, so it would have intimidated you.
Oh, right on. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which was my hope.
Yep. Yeah, 50-50 shot at the intimidate. Yeah. That's a good. I think I missed playing into the arsenal a couple of times. I was getting sloppy.
You had that one card that was like.
Can we do this one more time?
Yeah, this
same thing. Let's do the same thing. They're berserk because they're broke. Yeah, eclectic. I think that's right. Nikki Kneecap thinking Avatar at Last Airbender has some of the best written and developed characters of any series I've watched. That is 100% true. It is a miracle of a television show. Absolute miracle. All right, we getting it. I feel like I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I made a lot of mistakes that game.
But you know you made the mistakes.
Yeah. Who would have thought? Make mistakes when you're starting out.
That's how we learn.
You really start to get the flow of it, too.
All right. Evens, you go first. Odds, I go first.
Evens, you go first.
You go first. That'll be nice. That'll be a nice comparison. All right.
Okay, here we go. 4 cards. Man, these can turn and burn, can't they?
Yep.
Really get into the vibe.
Nikki's saying, are you guys going to try Arcane Rising Sealed? Definitely. So we'll do one more round of Sealed out of this Welcome to Wraith box, which will be a full 24 packs. Then we'll switch to Arcane Rising. That might be today, that might be tomorrow on the stream. But I'm excited to try out the new heroes and see all the new classes and what they got cooking. But you always keep doing that, expand the collection. Eventually, at some point, we'll try to build some decks. But I'm going to keep playing Sealed for a minute. That's how I learn. Yeah,
we're basically just trying to kind of anybody else out there who's in the same boat of just like literally getting started with Flesh and Blood. This is, I think, it's how we would do it. I think this is the best way to do it. Find one other person and maybe split a booster box or 2 and start doing sealed pools, grab 6 packs, and then at the end of that whole process, you kind of like, well, who do you want to play? Who do I want to play? And then we can just give each other the cards, unless there's new super good stuff that Zach's like, well, I don't want to give you my, my legendary X, Y, and Z just for free.
Don't matter.
He wouldn't say that, but many people would.
I understand.
I do too, man. Okay.
Yeah, I can hook you guys up.
I just moved them. Oh. Yeah, they were off the screen.
Cam.
All right. So what you're saying is none of this really matters.
In the end,
it doesn't even matter. And if it really doesn't matter, which I believe to be true, then I'm going to start out with just a 0 cost snatch. If it hits, I'm going to draw a card. 3 damage.
Okay. Let's block with a Razor Reflex and my Bark Bone Strapping.
All right. That was a productive first turn. Snatch it out of there. I will put 1 in my arsenal, which is all I can do, and then I will draw 2 cards. You draw if you need to. And here we go.
All right. Let's play Primeval Bellow. 0. It's red. 0 cost. As initial cost, discard a random card. My next Brute attack gains +5. That's the only one I didn't want you to discard.
Is it a 6?
No, that's the only one that I didn't want you to discard.
Got those Netrunner instincts coming in, man. I know where those agendas are. Come on now.
Then let's...
Yeah, sorry, Nathan.
and it's my 3 resource too. It was just bad. I'll pay 2 to use my Romping Club. It's at a 9.
9. Curious. Let's throw here. Cost me 3. It's an 8 because it was played from the arsenal. Unmovable red.
That's nice. Take 1?
Yeah, take 1.
What up, yo?
Yeah, got him.
Got him. Put these on the bottom.
Take 1. But now you've activated my trap card.
Come and get it.
Let's start out with a red scar for a scar.
Nah.
Cost me nothing. If I have less health than you, which is currently true, it gains go again. 4 damage.
If it hits, it gains go again?
No, if I have less health than you, it's going again no matter what.
Not unless I lose health right here.
When you play scar for a scar, if you have less health than your opponent, it gains go again.
All right. Scar for Scar Red is good.
It is good. I
agree.
think it's one of those cards, right?
I agree with the people.
Man, chat, you guys are like, you're in a different universe.
Yeah,
right
they're
now.
on Avatarville. It got crazy out there. All right, I'll take 4.
All right, call me in the morning.
Don't call me morning.
Have go again, and then I'll. Ooh, man, see, this is a decision, isn't it? Attack. I don't want to waste it, but maybe I am going to, actually. I am going to do it. I'm going to destroy my Heart and Cross trap to reduce the next attack by 2.
Okay.
Attack was an attack action card. And I'm going to play an attack action card, the Flock of the Featherwalkers. Oh, I got to reveal a card of 1 resource or less. I need to read the cards. I don't have that. Bummer. It's amazing what you can get when you read the cards. What you can get when you read the cards. Okay, so instead I'll just pass it over. I'll play into my arsenal. Draw 3. Over to you, Maine.
Didn't even swing. And we were swinging.
And we weren't swinging.
All right, let's bust my bark bone strapping. Get resources equal to this divided by 2. Round it up.
Equal to this. 1.
1.5 goes to 2. Is that right?
Rounded down.
Rounded down. 1.
That was really clever way to say that, though.
It is rounded down. I thought it was rounding up.
X-Carvex, some really eye-catching art in this game. That's what caught us at the very beginning. And the card, there's so many foil cards and just cold foil. It's like, if you're going to do collectible, you got to make it beautiful. It's got to be little paintings.
All right, let's do this. Instants just happen, right?
You see, movie.
Play it and it goes.
In an instant.
Sigil of Solace, red, 0 cost, gain 3 life.
That's right. Doesn't take an action.
So stay there.
That card's good. That card's real good, actually. Hey, Jordan Self just purchased my starters. Thanks for showcasing this game so well. Thank you, Jordan. And I'm glad you grabbed the start. Are they back in yet? Did you get them from us? Did you get them from somebody else?
If you got them from us, that's awesome. Good news.
Did you get them from somebody else?
Sam says,
Oh,
looks
it is
like
back.
it's back in stock.
$57 shipping to the UK? That can't be true. Sam, that can't be
That's
true.
crazy. For the free deck?
That deck weighs nothing. That can't be true.
Well, if you've been waiting to get the stuff, it's on our site right now.
Yeah, we just put it in. But Sam, that can't be true. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm
Well,
saying
we
there's
can look at
something
that.
wrong
That's
on our ends.
bizarro.
That's really bizarre. The email's coming from inside the house. Huh. We'll look into that for you, Sam. We got a lot of stock of those, so you should be okay. Jordan S., just run into our contact form. You can find it on our website on the I think it's in the top now, isn't it? Did we put it in the top? Top or the bottom? Contact us, or teamcommon.com/contact, and then we can get that second order cancels for you. If you do it quick enough. Obviously, we're streaming, so I can't do it. Yeah, Sam, that's crazy. I'm flabbergasted by that. I'll look into that for sure. We're not shipping an elephant over to you.
Let's do this. Easy enough.
How is that possible?
I'll use my pummel to generate 3 resources. Pummel blue.
Okay.
And then I will...
Why has it got a 4 on it?
Because I had 1 from my thing breaking. It won't matter. I need to do... then I'll spend 2 to use my romping club for 4.
Just 4 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing fancy, huh?
Nothing fancy.
This is the funny thing about this game is like, do you... How much...
Do you waste 2 cards on this? Do you waste your armor?
I can't. I mean, it's like, okay, so if the card that I'm ditching...
Sam says his bad. It was $16 for regular shipping.
Oh,
it was
great.
Priority at 50.
Great. Okay,
yeah.
that makes a lot more sense.
That's better.
Yeah. Gun-Shy Killer starters purchased. Awesome. Super good. Super good, super good. Okay, that makes me feel way better. I was very worried.
Tyler says, hey guys, just got my Hero Starter 4-pack, and I'm absolutely loving this game, the art and the mechanics. It's top to bottom great. You have once again shown me another diamond in the rough. So awesome to hear that. This is a game that deserves some attention. I ended up winning the last game, Obsidian.
Ended up winning. Floored me.
That was at 1.
Yeah, I know, but it really felt like I was just losing.
That's awesome, Tony. Says, demo decks and starters purchased. Ben Sweeney says, woo, just purchased. You guys are fantastic. The amount of support we've received and Flesh and Blood is getting from this is fantastic. So keep it up, and we'll keep doing our best to support it.
Okay, so yeah, this is the question, right?
We were romping.
I'll put 3 in front of that.
All right, take 1.
Take 1.
Take 1 down, pass it around. Then I will put this in my arsenal. This will go to the bottom. I'm just basically setting up.
Yeah, I'm in that zone.
If I had an extra resource, I could have done some crazy stuff, but I'm just building. And we were building.
Oh, like I'm gonna spook you here. Check this out.
I'm not spooked.
Let's do.
Awesome, Ryan says purchase a booster box bundle and sub for set 3.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Ryan.
Gary says got my starter bundle.
Dude, stream, you guys are blowing up.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Pete, I totally understand. So just got my free deck. Gonna try out the game. If I like it, I'll grab a booster box sub.
There are gonna be some beautiful promos in those things. Gonna be great. All right, let's kick it off with the blue flock of the feather walkers. It costs me 1, so I need to generate 1 resource. So I'll pitch this unmovable for 2 and pay 1 off of it.
Okay.
Additional cost, reveal something with 1 or less. Steelblade Supremacy, 1 or less. I've got it. And this is a 3 damage attack. And it will generate a Quicken token.
No matter what I do.
Yeah. It doesn't say if it hits or anything.
All right, I will let it happen. Taking 3?
You take 3.
Did it.
And you call me in the morning.
Nathan, love hearing this. Says literally took 30 seconds to purchase my Ira deck just now. Your website's so smooth. Love it.
Yay.
Blake says, do you think the booster bundle will be around for a while I try out the starter decks? I think it'll be around for a little bit.
Not a while, but a little bit.
I mean, the thing is, like, I don't know how fast. We only have so many of those promos. So we'll be able to keep getting boxes, but at some point we will run out of the promos. I think it'll probably take us at least a couple weeks before that happens, but at the rate it's been happening, I don't know. I'm not willing to bank on anything, but hopefully that's the case.
Miss Link saying booster bundle ordered and already can't wait. Great. Pete Shirley, shipping was reasonable at $4.69. Thanks. Yeah, we try to keep that as low as possible.
Jordan Selfs, oh god.
It's a losing battle constantly because USPS is like always jacking up the rates.
Reels up. Jordan Selfs, did I have them in any chats about how many boxes per set are recommended? I think a reasonable amount is 2 boxes per set if you want to have pretty much a full set of the commons and uncommons and a lot of the rares. And then past that, with most collectible games, commons and uncommons and rares start becoming like super duplicate on like box 3 and 4. But that's how you get full play sets of the rares and the super hard to get cards. So
it's also why we incentivize you to go to 3 on that subscription.
Yeah.
Because you go to 3 booster box on the sub, you get free shipping, which is usually like a $15-ish value, $20 depending on where you are, and you get a full play set of the promo card that's included in that sub, which is generally going to be a 3 of card, at least as we understand it.
3 is probably like you would definitely end up with a set of common, uncommon, and rares. That's about where it lands. But rarity is rarity.
Rarity is rarity.
So it's 2 or 3. But if you're just starting out, like one bundle of a box from each set of the first 2 sets is a pretty good place to start, just to get a feel for it. And then moving forward, it's probably 2 or 3.
Joshua, Steven, I'm hearing this. You guys have totally sold me on this game. Just ordered the set of 4 starters plus Ira. Can't wait. All we did, Joshua, we just showed you the game,
That's the goal. Never really trying to sell as much as it's just like, do you enjoy what you're seeing or not?
We just show you things that we love, and we hope other people love them too.
You beat me up now? Is this
I
what's
guess
happening?
if you've been following along for the past decade plus, you're probably on the same page as us. No, I'm good. I got a card in arsenal. I got 4 cards in hand, and it's your go. You're over here limping along with your broken helmet, no shoes. Oh, you do have shoes. What do you not have? You don't have a helmet.
I don't have a helmet.
Yeah,
he doesn't need a helmet, dude. I'm Reinar.
Come on, you can't even fit into a helmet. Ben, that's great.
Okay, cool. Let's do this then, Wooly.
Gary, Saya, Impulse bought a booster box promo bundle as well. Lots of money. I might get in trouble with the wife. Hey, all you got to say, I made a wise investment. It's rock solid. This games never fail. Collectible games, nothing but increase in value. You never know, So if you wanted to, honestly, you could probably sell those 2 cold foil promos and more or less pay for your booster boxes.
Jordan says, my order was canceled immediately. Very smooth.
Good.
Yeah, Ops is on it.
Tom, some of our ducks on the way to the UK. Yes.
You're going to dig it.
One country at a time.
You know what's really amazing? So like as kids, right? A lot of times what would happen, like Dragon Ball Z TCG is an example. I've recently been looking at that because it's going to be a throwback soon. But I bought 2 of those starters when we were on vacation in Branson, which is a whole nother story.
The buns go to Branson.
Yeah, oh God, it was fantastic, dude. I have to tell you some of the stories from that. There were some Schlotzsky's was involved, and it was insane. It was insane. But the I bought the starters. Tim and I were playing, right? And then it's like we slowly get some stuff, and Will starts playing, and Brennan starts playing. But like right now, what we're getting to do is we get to get into this game, and we get to do it on camera. And then on top of that, there's hundreds of people also getting it at the same time.
Yeah,
and the
cool.
excitement of that many people together getting into something all at once. We witnessed it with Skytear, and we're feeling it now with Flesh and Blood.
We're truly a giant
It's just an energy,
right?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Even though that's pretty sappy, but I love this. Nick Murphy just bought 4 booster box bundles. Nick, you're paying for my future kid's college right now,
here.
so thank you for that.
Future Steven.
Well, I need to come up with a name for my future child so that I can reference them on stream. Wouldn't that be a real mind twister if you were my child and then you watched like 15-year-old video and it's like,
so I've
you
actually
knew my name already.
I've talked to my wife about this, where it's like
do a garage sale or something. Yeah.
We were doing Monday streams and a weekly podcast. Now we're doing 5 days a week in a podcast, and it's like it's really actually bizarre that at some point, like picture if you could watch your grandpa daily videos for like 10 years of their life.
Yeah.
Because we have videos dating back now 13 years ago.
That's true.
So like we are incredibly well documented.
That's weird.
And now with the streams, we're just more hanging out. So there's a lot more like banter and commentary
dude,
happening.
that means a future child of yours is going to see your in-between hair.
Yeah. And they're gonna learn the lesson. You go for it off camera, and then you show up with long hair, or you stick to short hair.
This is so fun to do while you guys are on chat. Oh man, Eclectic Camel, absolutely killer. Yeah, we'll offer booster boxes outside the bundle. We just wanted to keep it tight up front, and we'll probably stock the whole line at a certain point.
Yeah, because we have a limited number of the promos, and basically we wanted to make sure that we didn't want like one set to sell it really quick, because maybe current players are just looking for the second set, and then not have the bundle available.
Are you attacking me? I'm sorry, for everyone watching this who's not on the live stream, like
they don't
months
care.
from now or whatever.
Or if you're my future son, hey, I hope you're doing well, and things are well. My grandkid.
You want a son, huh?
I just assume. My wife thinks we're going to have girls. That's a different conversation. I got to think.
Gary, just literally.
All right, let's do this.
Why don't you get her to play? Why don't you get a little demo? Check this out.
I'm going to generate 2 resources to play a Wrecker Romp for 2. As this cost to play this Wrecker Romp, discard a random card.
Is it the 6 cost?
It's got a 7.
No.
So it's Intimidate. I get to put a card in your banish zone. This one, hopefully it's that big old defense card. Swinging for 7 at you.
7. Let's see what the Arsenal has to say about that.
What up, Parker? It's going great. Nick, how many booster box models do I need to get for you to name your child after me? Well,
Nick is a pretty good name. Nick Woolley? Nothing goes with Woolley.
That's not true. Steven sounds all right.
This sounds good.
The V is actually important.
Yeah, it is. It's like half of the W. Hold on, let me deal with this first.
It's also an A upside down.
Arsenal coming in with another unmovable. Gonna pay 3 for it, and it's a 6 defense.
Take one. Take one down.
I figured out how to beat this deck.
We'll see
Play unmovable.
How many unmovables you've got. All right, you get your banished card back.
You're dang right I do.
Stuart says, hey guys, in the few months you've been recording, have you done any Star Wars Destiny Sealed? We have not. For a few reasons. One, the primary of which there hasn't been a new set come out. But the other one is that about October-ish after Worlds and the last set came out, I took a Destiny break. And I'm still not... Star Wars Episode 9 ruined me in December. So I'm just not ready to revisit that ground yet. But I'll eventually get there.
Oh, nice champion. Everybody is gouging them on IRA, but Covenant is nice. We're really just here because we love the games. Honestly, that's our secret. Okay, my go.
Where is that comment?
That's on Twitch.
Okay.
Have at thee, Zach. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, it's not the right time, but it's a time.
It's a time for choosing.
Steelblade Supremacy.
No.
And we will drop. What will we drop? I gotta pay 1. Gotta pay 2. Gotta pay 3. Boom. Drop in a sharpened steel for 3.
Blake says, I just ordered the starter and booster bundle. Didn't expect that to happen in the middle of my workday, but ...
Awesome, Blake.
There was another question that someone sent a second ago. Let me see if I can find it.
Less talking, more losing.
All right, I'll win. Let's do it. What do you got?
Steelblade Supremacy. So weapon gets +2, and when it hits, draw a card.
Okay.
And then generated 3 resources, paid for the 1 there. Then I will pay 1, swing with Dawnblade. After I attack, it gets go again.
This is 5?
So 5 damage, go again, and if it hits, I draw a card.
It hits for 5.
Oh my gosh. Draw a card and go again.
Nick, Keyforge is on the pending schedule. It'll be soon. There's a set coming out Friday, so that's when I care about playing.
Oh, this worked out beautifully. Last resource there. I'm going to swing with Dawnblade again. 5 if it hits, I draw a card.
This is your. It's not. It doesn't have go again.
It does not have go again.
Yeah. Let's play this for my arsenal. 7 for unmovable.
Oh my gosh.
Cost me 3.
I want that token, man.
I'm not allowing it.
I'm going to get it. I'm getting that token. All right, I got a reaction. We get to do the chain. Or the
Chain.
I'm going to play Biting Blade, generate 2 resources with Scour the Battlescape Yellow.
Okay.
Target weapon attack is +3, so that puts me at 8. And if you defend it with a card from your hand, which you haven't, I gain +1 until the end of the turn.
All right, you're hitting me for 1.
Hitting you for 1.
You're getting a token.
That means I draw a card.
Dun, dun, dun.
I get a token. And then instants don't require actions, right?
No, they instant.
Well, here we go. Let's just play another one. I'm going to play an instant. Gain 3 life. Would you look at that?
Picture this.
Sigil of Solace. Dawnblade's got the token. Bobby Hillo's got the Dillo. Here we go.
All right, mine?
Yeah.
My action's going to be playing as Time
Oh, here we
Snap
go.
Potion.
What's he got?
And then let's put this under. That's my action.
Good luck proving it.
And then, actually, before I put this under, how about we do this? This is better. I'll attack with a romping club. I can't. That's my action.
It's your action.
Put this on it. Go ahead. I'm building for the future.
So now this is hitting for 4 every time, but if I don't hit with it one turn, it all
Tokens
goes
are gone.
away. Yeah. So I'm going to. I need some go again madness.
Henry says, have you guys recovered from your night of celebration yesterday? I assume you visited your own Hall of Heroes. So honestly, after the stream yesterday, like an hour later, I was home sitting on the couch, just is like dark and quiet and cool and breathing. And then I had this like, you know when like all of a sudden you feel like awake for the first time?
Dark, quiet, cool, and breathing.
Yeah. You just feel awake, really awake, like you're really present. Then I texted Steven and I was like, I think I actually just now really understand what happened. Because we were like 5 hours of grinding math that was bad for us to try to overcome this thing, and you're just like a machine. And then all of a sudden you're awake. And it's like, oh, what happened?
What happened? Yep. Gary asking, yeah, you can get those combined. Just email support. Robert's on it.
What happened? Oh, yeah.
If you place 2 separate orders, you can get them combined. Okay, now, how do we keep the pressure on? Keep playing cards.
You're way ahead of me.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you noticed that.
This is my turn, though.
I will not soon forget.
This is my turn.
Okay, so I'm going to do that for 1, that for 2. It's for 3. That looks right to me. Yep. Okay. Wow, every turn is so fun. It's like you gotta like figure it out. It's the greatest little mini puzzle, and then you also have to start to learn what your opponent's capable of.
Indeed.
Which is the phase of the game that I'm yet to be on. You're gonna have a ton of actions if you win it next turn. All right. How about this? I'm gonna start by playing a warrior action for 1.
These comments are fantastic, you guys. Connor says, just went all in on the restock. Love you guys and hate you guys all at the same time.
I love that relationship. Some of my best relationships have been that way.
Yep.
Nature Path Pilgrimage. For 1, I pitched a Biting Blade Yellow to generate 2 resources, so I have 1 left on that. My next weapon attack is +1, and if it hits, I can reveal the top card. If it's action, put it face down into my arsenal, and I get to go again. So then let's spend 1 on a Dawnblade attack. 4 damage coming at you.
The first attack.
First attack.
And if it hits, you get to go again?
If it hit, don't have any go again, but if it does hit, I keep my +1 counter. If it doesn't hit, I lose it.
You're at 4?
Mm-hmm.
Let's throw 4 in there.
4 in there. I have a reaction.
Okay.
I'm going to play Razor Reflex for 1, generate that with the flock. Choose a sword or dagger weapon, getting +3. So I'm currently at 7.
You got it.
Yes.
So take 3?
Take 3. And then because it hit, Nature's Path is going to fire. Reveal the top card. It's unmovable. That's a generic defense reaction, not an action card, but I will have it in my hand, so beware. Dawnblade comes back, doesn't get an extra token. And draw 3. /4. All right.
Someone's saying 5 damage. Did you have more than I thought?
I had 4. Oh, yeah, you're right. I had 4 here, 5 for the Nature's Path, 6, 7, 8 total damage.
Should I just take 3 more?
How many did you block?
4?
You should have taken 4 total, yeah.
I don't know how many I took. I'm going to get rid of 1 more.
Yeah, that seems good.
All right, mine?
Yeah.
All right, first action, I'll destroy this to gain 2 actions.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think I can respond to that stuff. At least not yet. I don't think there's a chain there. There's not like a...
I don't think so. Let's play Barraging Beatdown.
Okay, apparently you did it right. You should have 6, yeah.
My next attack this turn gains if the attack is defended by 2 non-equipment cards or less, it gains +2, and it has Intimidate.
I see how this goes. Yeah, you do that a bunch. You intimidate me, so I can't defend it, and then it gets a big bonus. Okay.
Intimidate. And then I have 2 action points.
What you can do with 2 actions.
Goliath Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
Destroy it. The next attack with a cost 2 or greater gains +2.
All right.
Then I get go again.
Fine. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the next. It's a smaller set, Crucible of War. Apparently, the next set has 10 cards in booster packs. I guess. See, this is what they're doing, though, and maybe this makes sense. We need to talk to them, maybe get them on a podcast about it. But so it's a smaller set, and they're trying to. I think they're trying to keep the ratios of everything in the set the same in terms of percentage chance of finding something per booster pack. So, like, if you have less commons in your set, you need to have less commons in your pack to have the same. Basically, if you get 3 booster boxes of each set, you should see the same ratio across those 3 booster boxes. It's kind of weird. You would think the price would be different if you're just getting less cards, but maybe it's a supplementary set, so they don't need to include as many of the class-specific cards to like build on the foundation. Very good question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to why it would be done like that. They did cut the super rares and have more majestics, yeah.
Let's do this. We're going to go Romping Club. It is currently a 4, 5, 6. And then if you don't block with at least 2 cards, it's going to be an 8.
This is the bogus unmovable, too. Okay. Huh. That's a lot of business there. And then you have 1 additional action after that.
Mm-hmm.
You have one resource.
Floating resource. Yeah.
So you ditch that card, you can club me again for 4. What could go wrong? I might have to just take a mulligan turn here. Sometimes you gotta do that, right? All right, 2 cards, non-equipment, 5 on the blocks.
Okay, it's hitting for 6. So you'll take 1?
I'm taking 1.
Get rid of this and get rid of this. I have 1 action left.
Blake. At this point, I'm just burying myself in card games I can't play with anyone. Oh, club isn't an action, so it wouldn't give the +2. What does that card say that you played? Your next action is +2, action card or whatever.
Brute attack. Oh, this thing.
Mm-hmm. Attack action card. Yeah, that is cool. The rotation plan is basically like hero specific. And I don't know as much. Gary, I'd love to know more about that too. Also, the thing about card games, this is the thing that I think we all love, but nobody really wants to talk about it, is so much of it is really the art. You just get to look at awesome cards. And like that, I spent so much of especially when I was younger, just looking at cards all the time. It was awesome.
I screwed that up.
Did you fail?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to play Savage Swing instead?
That makes it different. So I don't know how to
it.
walk it back. Okay, I cannot use it.
We can walk it back, yeah.
Well, so you wouldn't. I was getting +2, so you would defend for different.
I still didn't want you to get the bonus.
But like, I would have been at 6. I would have been at 6.
Yeah, and I block with 6.
Okay.
Or I block with 5.
Okay.
So technically, I just don't lose 1.
We'll just pay 1 more and do another 4.
Taking 4.
You got it. These are gone.
I get this thing back. Thanks. Very nice. Ooh, that's got to be an attack action. Man, this makes you want to play a constructed deck, right? Where it's like, I want all the cards to work the right way.
Yeah. I'm with it.
Oh, I really want that to work. But it isn't going to. That's such a bummer. All right, Dorinthia, sorry. I may have let you down here. Generate 2, swing with 1 on the Dawn Blade for 4. Nothing fancy, just a poke. If it doesn't hit, I lose the token.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, I'm so with you on this. I think the game takes off more when we see more hero and weapon options per class. It's just like Netrunner. You think about runners with consoles. Like, that's my favorite thing about that game. I can't wait. You block it?
Hit for 4. Block for 4.
End of it. So I'm going to throw this in my arsenal. Loses the token and draw.
All right, mine?
All yours, yeah. He's on the ropes.
Let's go Scar for a Scar Yellow. If I have less life than you, it gains Go again.
You
So
got me.
yeah, it's hitting for 3.
TL, anyone else buy the double booster box plus promo cards? A lot of people in this chat have done that, and we are eternally thankful for them.
Seriously.
All right, so it's a 3 damage attack. It's going to gain Go again. 3 damage, Go again.
What up, Chris?
Break the wrist, walk away. Three.
You blocked it.
Blocked.
Next. I can't do that. Ah!
We're learning! Ah!
Let's pay for this. We'll hit you for 4 with the Romping Club. That's awesome, Chris. Says just grab 2 Ira decks. Thanks for making it possible. Thanks for checking it out.
Okay, I got you. Huh. This is a question. This is a good question. Okay. All right. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I will just take 4. Ugh! Hate it. Taking 4. Done.
Did you see the comment from Will Young about the... I love
What'd
it.
you say? What did Will
Just
say?
managed to get one of the free decks. Thanks, guys. Also signed up for a content subscription. I watch more TC than I watch Netflix, and it's great value.
Oh, that's so cool. I don't know how we can
Insane.
compete with The Office, but
Really? I mean, seriously, it's crazy.
seriously.
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 Really. Okay. So I can optimize a turn, but it's ultimately just less good. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh. Boy, it's about just doing the right thing, isn't it?
All the time.
This one. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Oh, my word.
I'm with it. All right, I'm going to destroy the Heart and Cross Strap and the Goliath Gauntlet.
Oh, Lord.
+2 to the next weapon attack, or the next attack action, and then -2 resources. So we'll play a Raging Onslaught, so it's currently at 8, and we'll pay for it with 1 on the Razor Reflex. So -2, boom. 8 damage coming at you.
Come on now. All right, let's block for 6.
Woo!
Take 2.
Take 2. Call me in the morning. Drawing up.
All right, let's think about this.
No, don't do that. Ram Soldat, you guys got a favorite hero yet? That's a good question. I love Dorinthia. Dorinthia is just my kind of mid-rangey, kind of tempo-y thing.
I like Dorinthia. I like Bravo a lot.
You're doing Reinar well. I feel like you're... It's harder in Sealed, I think.
I'm seeing what he wants to be doing.
Yeah.
I can't quite time it right.
Ryan, I watched some Unsolved Mysteries this weekend as well. It was pretty good. I remember that show when I was a kid. Connor McDonald says, Team Covenant and The Office are the only two things I watch now. That and Space Force.
That's funny.
That's awesome, Connor.
You ready for this? Barraging beatdown.
Barraging?
Barraging.
Disparaging beatdown? So I can see with FFG's in-flight report on the 29th, any predictions or hopes? I honestly have no idea, and it's so hard because it's all digital now. We don't really have any interviews set up or anything like that. We haven't heard any whispering, really, of anything.
No rumblings.
None. I don't know what it's going to be. It could be totally... So, honestly, it could be totally, like, not meaningful at all. It's like, hey, it's COVID, and we got some expansions coming out. Why not? Or, I mean, do you even launch anything exciting right now?
It's a weird time. You don't launch a competitive at the moment, I don't think.
You do this, yeah.
All right. And then, let's just do this. It's 4, and it's a 7 if you don't block with at least 2 non-equipment cards. Just hammering.
We were hammering.
I'm just trying to get you to use your cards.
Yeah, because I think that I'm not going to block any of it.
Yep.
I will throw 2 equipment in, though, just to get -2. So 7 -2?
That's right.
Okay. Taking 5. Okay. Let's see if we can get this done. Okay, so that's true. Okay, so I could do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Okay, yep, I'm ready.
Get it.
All right, let's start with the Driving Blade. I'm gonna drop a Warrior's Valor, generate 3, so I got 1 left over.
Okay.
Next weapon attack is +3 and go again. And
go for it.
Again. So then we'll spend 1 to make the Dawn Blade here on a 6.
And it doesn't have go again.
It does, from Driving Blade, yeah.
How about them apples?
Taylor, I would too. If Netrunner came back as a CCG, I would literally go broke.
All right, let's block for 6.
Hmm. 6, you saying? That's fine. Go again. Let's do generate 3, pay 1 for Dawn Blade.
It's hitting for how many?
3.
Don't like that. Block for 3.
All right, let's do the old Stroke of Foresight. Gains +3, and if you defend it with a card from hand, I draw a card and put it, and then can put something on the top or bottom of the deck. So I can filter a little bit.
I'll take 3.
Okay, I'll put that on the top.
Yikes.
These guys, pitch cards go under. I think I might be into my have pitched.
Yeah, I'm definitely rotated through.
It's like, oh my gosh, I should have been paying attention.
What have I done? All right, well, this is simple, is it not? Dude. Punch with a club for 4.
I don't know why I can't attack for the blade. Let me see if there's any reason I couldn't do that. Stroke of Foresight, target weapon attack, next weapon attack. Had go again from Driving Blade. Yeah, I'm good. Clean. 4 to me?
Mm-hmm.
Just 4?
Just 4.
Where's your health?
It's a 1.
You just get rid of it early. Just
I grabbed it. I thought it was you did that. That's the same thing you did last week. That's funny.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I don't think you need to hit to have go again, right?
Unless it says.
Oh, yeah, because Dorinthia says that. When your weapon attack hits, you can attack an additional time. So basically, I stroke with foresight the first one to bump it to 9. See, that's good?
So then I would take 3, but then I block the second one.
Yeah, and then I go again. I go with 3, you block the 3, and then we're even.
Yeah.
So we can do it like that. Works for me. 4 damage, eh?
Mm-hmm. With 1 resource floating and a card down.
I mean, you know what's the worst that can happen? Losing?
You lose when we go to the next sealed pool, you know what I mean?
I absolutely do. Yeah.
I have a series of cards that's coming that pairs with this, and that's what I want to do.
Okay. Block for 3.
You got it. Take 1.
Take 1.
This will go in there.
Jeremy asking for clarification on the arsenal. So at the end of the turn, any card, if you have cards remaining in your hand, you can put 1 down in your arsenal. It stays there forever until you play it. You can only play a card in your arsenal as its normal card effect. You can't use it to generate resources, and you can't use it to defend with a little shield in the bottom right. But if it's an attack reaction, you can play it as an attack reaction. If it's a normal attack, you can play it. If it's a defense reaction, you can play it. You just can't use it in the standard framework of generate money or use the shield in the bottom right, like as you would normally with a defense card from your hand. Okay. Just how do I do it, right?
Yep. I know the feeling.
Let's start with a Warrior's Valor. Next weapon is +3, and if it hits, it gains go again.
Okay.
And we're going to generate 3 resources with Sharpened Steel. Or I could just make that... No, I'm just going to try to go for it here. 2 resources here. Paid 1 for Warrior's Valor. Then I'm going to play Sharpened Steel to get my next attack +1. And then it's free. And then I'll pay 1. Dawn Blade coming in.
For how many?
7.
Let's do this.
Picture this.
I will play. I can play an instant, right?
I think so. It's instant.
Bonehead Barrier. Cost me 1. Roll a d6. Prevent the next X damage dealt to my hero, where X is the roll number.
Very nice. Hope it's a 1.
So let's pay for that here with a 1. Here we go. Give me a 6. It's a 5.
Ooh, that's good.
So 5, and we'll toss a 3 to make it 8.
You did it. You got him.
Almost out of cards over here.
Yeah. I'm almost out of deck. What's going on here? I'm drawing all the things that I pitched.
All right, mine?
Yeah.
All
All
right,
these blue cards. Wow. This is actually cool. I needed to see this phase of the game.
Swing for 4.
We're actually just going to get worse now.
Oh, yeah. Swing for 4. Because all the attacks you've been using are going away.
Yeah. Okay. Swinging for 4.
And we were swinging. Reiner's angry. We're just going to get worse. And it gets harder to kill them.
I'll block with 3 here.
All right, take your round of 1 every round.
Your cards are getting worth 2, right, though?
What do you say?
Your cards are getting worse as well.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I kind of just need 1.
I know, right? Let's start with a generic attack action. It cost me 1, so I'll generate that with a Scour the Battlescape. So I have 1 remaining. And its additional cost, I've got to show you a card with cost 1 or less. It's a 0 cost potion of strength. Watch yourself. Don't want to get all strong out of nowhere. Create a quicken token. And 5 damage attack coming at you.
5 with.
Flock of the Feather
It doesn't
Walkers.
have go again though.
It does not, no.
So I just have to block 5, you say.
Just 5.
And I know the thing in your hand doesn't boost your.
One idea's got it right here. It's like your fighters are exhausted and can't pull the big plays anymore. It really is a cool mechanic the way this works. And I saw the developer challenge I talk about sometimes. It's like the entire deck was designed to get down to a certain combo of cards, and then it like did like 20 damage. Super cool.
All right, blocking for 5.
Yeah. Use it or lose it.
My cards are just going away. It's bad.
If you run out, do you just run out? I don't think there is. There like a die when you lose?
I think you lose when you lose.
Okay, so there's no like decking thing?
Right. All right. Mine?
Yep.
Start here. As there's a cost to play this, discard a random card. My next brute attack gains +5. Go again. Oh, it's a 6.
Intimidate?
Intimidate, yeah. And this gets +1 technically, but I end up deciding to use it. All right, I have go again. So.
Uh-oh.
I will pay 2 for my Rompin' Club. It's at a 5 + 5. It's at 10.
You get +1 for what? Just that's the thing?
If I
You
discard a 6,
yeah. 10 coming in, huh?
Mm-hmm. Can he do it with 3 cards? Shirley. Don't call me Shirley.
Don't call me Shirley.
Well, you know what's awesome about this?
No.
Everything we've done so far is opening 6-packs. Isn't that crazy?
That is awesome.
The amount of fun I've had already, worth 6 packs.
It's worth 6
That's
packs.
why Draft and Sealed's so good.
All right, let's generate unmovable. We'll generate 3 money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a 6 defense against 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take 4. Unless you got
Nope.
shenanigans.
You got it. You got it. Take 4. I'll gladly get you to 1.
Yep. Seems good.
That is okay by me.
Okay, can we do it?
Yeah, Jeremy, there's Magic. Set 2. We're going to be opening that up after, probably tomorrow is when we're going to be doing some sealed from set 2.
All right. Let's start out. 1 on the Dawn Blade. And I'm going to generate 2 resources. Got 1 floating. It is going to immediately gain go again.
Swinging for 3.
Swinging for 3.
You got one of them +2s in hand?
It's only 3, I'm sure.
And it's going to gain go again.
It will have go again, yeah. It's quickened. Cha-cha.
Block for 5.
+3.
Ah! And I die.
Yeah.
That's super good, though.
A little quickened Dawn Blade with the Razor Reflex. You know it.
I kept, like, the turn that I screwed this up, which was, that was bad.
Just start tilting like a
I got my 2.
tilt-a-whirl.
Well, I got my 2. The problem is I generated resources with the cards I should have been playing. But it was good. I learned a
This
whole lot.
game is
of that
great.
Isn't
Okay?
it good?
I'm sorry.
We've
but it's
officially
just
crossed the threshold.
Oh my gosh! Now you get to like think about deck building.
Yeah.
So 6 packs. What is that MSRP? Like $4 a pack? $3 a pack?
I think
$4?
$4. So
24
typically that would be a $20 sealed at a local event, which is, to me, it's like I would do a $20 sealed when a set first comes out. This is what we did with Destiny. Every week, probably a couple times that first weekend actually when a set comes out, but every week for like a month, And then people build their collections. They got their booster boxes. They did the draft and sealed. And about that time, people are actually ready to start building decks.
Yeah.
You've explored the cards. You've done the sealed thing. And then you do that for a couple months. Meta evolves, et cetera, and then all of a sudden it's time for a new set, and you rinse repeat.
I mean, that's it. Like these formats, this entire thing didn't evolve in a vacuum where somebody said, we're going to do constructed, sealed, and draft. It's literally just the way that the game's developed. It's like, how do we build a collection? Like, let's make a game out of building a collection.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it,
and I think that is the thing most people miss when they are like basically don't understand collectibles. And I get it. If the game you're playing is not something you want to spend, like the booster box bundle is $150, and the starters are $40, so it's $200 to start. If that's a lot, then like the collectible game is probably not for you, and that's okay. But like the game of the game is that's what I fell in love with growing up, right? Is like collecting, building decks, trading, getting to the point, playing the draft and sealed.
I just always think about $40 to split a booster box with somebody else. And then you get basically 2 sealed pools out of that for you. Like that's 2 $20 sealed pools. And I would do that, like I said, I would do that probably once every couple weeks, maybe once a month.
Yeah, because
just a booster box a month is killer.
Our box is around 75, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 74, yeah.
Somewhere in there. So like that's a really good way of putting it. You can get 4 sealed out of that. Mm-hmm. Which is super cool.
I think that's the way to do it, man. I mean, this may be more fun for me than constructed would be.
Yeah, and I mean,
the way I am.
The other thing for me about this is that we're about to do sealed again, right? Even with a single booster box, you get the 2 sealed experiences each. And then and this is what we'll probably do, you pull together, and it's like now we start looking at, okay, now we have Showtime for Bravo.
Yep. Showtime for Bravo.
And you have like, and see what you can build out of that. And that's what I'm interested in, is like building out of a couple boxes and seeing what happens there. Because a lot of times you're starting to teeter on constructed.
Yeah.
But it's not like completely constructed.
It's not that. Yeah, you want a little. I want a
little
limited.
Yeah.
Limited. I don't know. I honestly, it's kind of like witchcraft to me. KH McClure saying, just snagged the Ira deck and signed up for an Arkham sub. Great. Flesh and Blood looks great, but can't wait for the return of the real Freaky Friday. That's right, KH. We are.
Evan says,
back.
"Wow, the box bundle is already sold out again."
Are you serious? Hold on, I need to check that.
That's crazy.
That would be super exciting.
That's insane.
I mean,
it's
I
bad
wish we
we're
weren't,
out.
But what has happened?
If we are out and you still want that bundle, hop on the wait list. We're going to be getting more as soon as we can. That's crazy.
You guys are destroying us.
We're going to have to reassess our strategy.
In the best way possible. All right, Flesh and Blood,
That's
5
fantastic.
days a week. Here we go.
So we're literally going to be getting this back in as soon as we can. So if you're wanting that, hop on the wait list. If you want the free starters in the starter bundle, you may grab that if we still have it. I assume we still have it.
We do have the starter bundle, yes.
All right.
Hold on, I'm just like, I'm kind of in shock about that.
Well, because we originally, we doubled. That's crazy. That's amazing. Everyone that has bought it from us, thank you so much. You're allowing us to exist and do everything that we do.
My future child is like...
that's phenomenal. That's really so phenomenal.
Wow. Legistor, I'd be happy to hear that too, yeah?
Well,
I think we're going to do this.
I assume.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's make this
It deserves it. I was saying it's a level of witchcraft that we always are like within 1 or 2 health of each other. How does that happen?
You were up by like 15.
How does that happen?
And I just like kept squeaking.
Like, there's got to be is there an algorithm involved? Just because the numbers are so tight or something,
or maybe because we're both equally bad. I think sealed also helps, right? Sealed, it's just a little more contained. It can't be as orchestrated. I feel like that's why in constructed 40 health makes a lot of sense, because that number allows you to have a couple big moments that don't just lose you the game, right? If your opponent gets the one big play and you happen to get caught off guard, it's not just over.
Yeah. And
it's kind of like tennis, right? It's a series of volleys instead of like just spiking it and game over.
Yeah. Just like, I'm beating my opponent, and then all of a sudden they super spike it and the game's over. Yeah. We don't like that at all.
All right, you got them booster packs somewhere?
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. We'll have more of those boxes in as soon as we can. Probably as early as this week. It should be.
Yeah, it should be. With the speed we're getting these things, I mean, we're talking like a day or 2.
TL, I'm so sorry about that. Literally had it in cart and couldn't check out. That's devastating. I hate that. We'll get you taken care of, TL. We will get you taken care of.
Yeah.
Or just talk to Gary. He may be in hot trouble with his wife, and he'd sell you his bundle. Maybe a little upcharge.
Gunshi says, just keep announcing restocks on stream.
I know, yeah. You guys went insane. It's like the greatest thing. It's so funny.
That
That's
was
great.
crazy. I appreciate that, TL. We will
Okay.
get you. We got your back. You got those packs? You had them over there somewhere,
all
right?
of you who can't open packs, let's do some.
Let's open them in front of you.
This one goes out to TL right
And
here.
I'm gonna open some stuff. I'm gonna use the bathroom, get some coffee.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I fit this one. That sounds like a tunic in there.
Hey, by the way, the shimmy I'm gonna do if I hit an L at some point. That's the other fun part. Is like I don't need an L to play the game, but it's gonna be sure exciting when we finally hit one. All right. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. He says needs to up those restock numbers. It's hard because we're dealing with a game we haven't dealt with. It's already been out. You have product that's already been out for a certain amount of time.
Well, we thought we had upped the restock numbers to a degree that was ridiculous.
And we failed. But you guys succeeded, so kudos to everyone out there.
Man, that is so awesome.
It really is awesome.
I'm trying to
So
build a
now,
house.
when I'm drafting Sealing, when I see Iron Rot Helm, Iron Rot anything, I like it because everyone can play it.
Yeah, at least you can get a helmet, yeah. Now we can kind of blow through these, right?
Yeah.
I got the Hope Merchant's Hood, man. That's like the best helmet. You destroy it and replace your hand up to as many cards as you want. Now that is a good card in sealed. Now that's what I call baseball. Brute, Guardian. Ooh, beautiful foil Surging Strike.
Dude, open the center
is
red
absolutely
foil,
gorgeous.
everything with lightning on it.
Look at our, put them together. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
That's beautiful.
I love it. Paul,
Would you like
love
to
it.
collect paintings that you can play a game with?
Am I right? Brute, Guardian,
Okay, yeah, I would do the same thing. Guardian, Brute,
Warrior, Ninja,
Brute, Guardian, Brute,
Warrior,
Ninja. This is mine, yeah.
and a Dawn
Ninja.
Blade. All right.
Warrior, Ninja, Warrior.
Ramos says, pull the tunic. Nathan says, Steven, this hard fail is the best feeling. Yeah, it feels pretty all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Oh, look, another Iron Rot helm. Just what I needed.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I did get another Blackout Kick. We got Blackout Kicks for days. And the Fluster Fist, which is the other rare, which is good. And then a Foil Wrecker.
That's what Zach says. What do you say? Good problem to have or something?
It's a quality problem.
And then Robert and I say, we don't like problems.
Quality problem. It is a quality problem.
Yeah.
It would be ideal if we weren't out. But it's also okay that we are out in general. If we're going to do anything, I'd rather be out than have moved none.
Oh, yeah, that's the right direction. Ninja defense reaction, overpower warrior attack reaction.
Look at this. I'm so happy about these Iron Rots. At first, I was like, I'm going to be so tired of seeing these eventually. False.
Ooh, Sink Below is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty this is. Seriously, I'm not just messing with you. Look at that. That is my kind of card.
Oh,
And it's
nice.
like watery, oceany
Yeah, that looks
kind
great.
of thing.
I'm in. I love this art on Steel Blade.
blue is
Steel
probably not
Blade
ideal.
Shunt. Oh, that's how you kill me.
Yes, it is. It's got to be a weapon attack. Don't sleep on that.
Yeah, but that's how you killed me.
Good against Gerenthia for sure. Brute, Guardian, Surging Strike. I don't know, man. I'm already seeing a lot of ninja cards.
Is it ninja time?
I might go ninja this turn. I would love to try that out.
TL says, how do you guys feel about cold foiling? I think it's great. It's a cool little
It's
variation.
absolutely beautiful.
I also like the rainbow standard kind of foil on the rest of the stuff.
Okay, barraging, Slogism wounded. Another Sink Below, good.
I got that staunch response, rare.
I got that staunch response.
And disable. I'm getting a lot of guardians. Ooh, and a foil rare disable. That seems good.
Ooh, foil rare Flick Flack for Ninja. That's 2 Flick Flacks now.
Who's the guardian?
Oh,
Oh, it's Bravo. Yeah. Well, it's our destiny.
Dude, I'm about to blow up on some Ninja.
It's ninja time.
It's 100% true.
Yeah, the cold foiling does not show in photos, but in person it looks amazing. We had that problem when we were trying to take the pictures for the website.
Surface carrying Nimblism. Ooh, and I got a Ninja weapon.
Hey, I got that hood.
Yeah, the hood is where it's at. Breaking Scales. Blessing of Deliverance.
Ooh, Crazy Brew. It's a super rare.
What? What's it look like?
0 cost.
Ooh, that looks awesome.
It looks crazy, right? 3 resources, action. Destroy Crazy Brew, roll a 6-sided die. On a 1 or a 2, lose 2 health, go again. On a 3 or a 4, gain 2 health, go again. On a 5 or a 6, gain 2 resources, gain 2 action points, and your next attack this turn
Oh
does
my
+2.
gosh, it's so great.
Oh yeah.
I love that. You just have to roll with those and be like, you know what?
That's my kind of card, though.
It might work, it might not. Sometimes it'll work every time, you'll lose. Is that good? I don't know, but I think it's hilarious.
60% of the time, it works.
Yeah, right.
All the time.
I have a problem accepting those games, but you know what?
Truth Teller says, sorry if you guys already talked about this, but do you see the Blitz format Legend Story announced on the site?
It looks awesome, actually. So it's basically just like a mini constructed tournament, right? It's like 30-minute rounds, and you have 40 cards, I think, and you just jam them out.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Hey, this is an awesome comment from Henry. It says, just so you know, your podcast this week about the value of TCGs for retailers, the upside of discovery, and gaming beyond the game have helped me to come around on TCGs a bit. I've been LCGs 100%. Yeah,
Cool.
There's a lot of really good reasons they exist.
I mean, we kind of had to do the same thing. Oh my gosh, look at this, though. Why does this look so good? Look at, dude, it's got like water stuff everywhere. It's incredible.
Yeah, they're making good choices.
It's incredible.
I got the breaking scales for some ninja.
Already got them. My ninja deck's going to rock and roll.
Ancestral Empowerment. 0 cost. Reaction. Target ninja attack gains +1 attack. Draw a card.
Yeah, bring it on. Pass that over.
Ooh, Energy Potion. Rare foil. Instant. Destroy Energy Potion. Gain 2 resources. That's sweet.
Yeah, TL, you'll always get all 4 of those hero token cards in an Arcane Rising booster box. So as long as you have 1.
To be fair, says someone on the stream.
Yeah, but that makes sense, right?
It does make sense.
All right, Iron Rot Legs, Fluster Fist. Yeah, I'm 100%. Ooh, another Showtime. Super rare.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Not foil, though?
Nope.
That's great.
Not this one.
We got a Bravo building.
Guardian, Brute, Guardian, Warrior, Head Jab, Iron Song.
You start seeing these cards over and over again.
Surging Strike. Wow. Dude, this is an incredible ninja pool, actually. I can just tell going into it. Okay, check this out.
Picture this.
It's cool to lay out your little ninja combos. Don't take my cards.
That'd be so fun.
I'm just going to decide. I'm just going ninja. I can't help it. Man, that Whelming Gust Wave, just absolutely love it. Flick, flack. Open the center. Yeah. Okay. Head jab. Open the center. Fluster Fist. Cool. Look at that. Look at that.
That's crazy.
Surging Strike into Whelming Gust Wave.
You have them for days.
Come on, man. That's incredible. Head jab, open the center, and then 2 flick flacks. I love this. James, it's everywhere. Well, you guys can find our podcast on Spotify, Google's, whatever they're doing. I don't know how Google works. They throw 16,000 different software things at the world, and sometimes you find them. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, on our website, teamcommander.com. Go to content and podcasts. You can just listen to it in your browser. However you want to do it, wherever you want to do it. True Teller said the 2 boxes I bought from you guys each all had 4 of the Arcane Rising heroes in them.
Nice.
So I think that's pretty well in. Okay, so Ninja is in. And equipment-wise, breaking the scales on the arm slot. Don't you just you get to build? You get to build a freaking.
I'm excited you're playing the ninja because I think he's worth playing at least once.
Just get to. Arms, legs, Head, arms, legs. Oh, I'm coming in without a body. I've got nothing. Because, you know, ninjas can't wear armor. Duh. D&D rules. Maybe.
Maybe.
I haven't played D&D in forever. I got into the indie role-playing games. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cards in this pool. 100% yes. I'm going to start sleeving. This is happening quick.
We'll be there. Yeah. It doesn't take long.
16 cards. No problem, James.
Wow.
You guys see that ninja pool? You think this is good? I mean, that seems really good. I wonder too, do you think there's like rarities to the commons? That like the reds are more rare than the blues kind of thing, or?
I don't know. That's a good question. There's a lot of decisions to make when you're making a collectible game. Like that make a big difference, actually.
Yeah. I know that they said this was like designed, packs were designed for draft and sealed, which I hugely appreciate. Okay. Done. And then this. And then this. And then this. Okay, easy peasy. Got it. Hero spread on the tokens. Man, I just put them all over here. I have no idea. Oh wait, no, here they are. So the tokens that I got, Dorinthia, and then Anathos on the back. Bravo with a romping club. Kodachi with Dorinthia, Kodachi with Katsu, Anathos with Quicken, a cracked bauble for a draft. So I bet if you got a box, you would get everything. You would get all the heroes and the weapons. Okay, so I'm gonna play young Katsu, and actually I got 2 Kodachis, so I did it.
Nailed it.
Where did that? There was another one over here. Boom. All right. Sleeve those up. Kodachi. Kodachi. Katsu. Cool. All right, so I've got these guys. And then we get 30 cards in the main deck. I've got 16 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So let's look at good ninja cards. What am I doing here? So these are defense reactions. Next card you defend with is a card with combo against +2. Okay, so that works down the chain, I think. Open the center, defending hero with more than 1 card from their hand. Okay, open the center, go again. Well, I'm guess wave gains go again. Okay, so you keep the combo going. Obviously, that's how that works. You start the combo with a go again card, you keep it going, etc. And then these, once per turn, attack. If you have a card with cost 0, they can go again. Okay. So it's a pokey poke.
Pokey poke.
And then the big combos. That feels super cool, actually. That's really smart.
I am Bravo. You murdered my father. Prepare to die.
So Flock is probably not as good with Ninja. Ooh, Demolition Crew? Cool. That's a cool attack. 100% on Sink Below. Oh my gosh, I'm running all of those.
Love it.
If you have less, it gains +1. That's good. Scar for a Scar is good. Hammer weapon attack. I don't think I need that. I got a Heart and Cross Trap. There's my chest.
Lucky.
Lucky.
I only got 2 pieces. I have a Merchant's Hood and iron knot plate.
Oh man, I'm about to come through here. I'm the best dressed ninja you've ever seen. Sigil probably goes in. That's just easy. Goes to 17. Sigil of Solace, yellow. Barraging is good. Slog. Let's see if we got any slogs. Slog, slogism. It's a bunch of sink belows. Oh my gosh, I love the look of this card. I'm putting it right in.
Sink below. Yeah, I got some slogisms.
There's 20.
It's nimblism.
Yep. Demolition.
This is my brew deck.
Nimble strike. Nimblism. Yep, don't have that, so that's out. Just kind of have enough for slogism. I don't think that's a ninja thing, though. They don't slog, right?
They're not sloggers. But, you know, 6 damage plus is a decent.
That's not bad, really, yeah.
If your slogisms were the ones that, like the one that generates 3 resources to me is totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a 3, generically.
+4, wow. And then as an additional cost, you can banish slogism from your graveyard. If you do, regurgitating slog gains dominate. Wow, that's really good.
I'm going to be right back. You need anything?
I don't need anything. That's actually really good. I might run a little mini combo there and just see what happens.
You'll eventually get it.
Definitely got to run unmovable. That's happening. Barraging, Scar for a Scar, Nimblism. Don't need that. Drone of Brutality will be put into your graveyard, put on the bottom of your deck instead. 6 damage for 2. 6 damage for 2 is pretty good, guys. I don't know if that's true. And 2 red Wounded Bulls. That's pretty good, a little 8 damage attack. Interesting. Yeah, KH, we're doing all of the Ultimate Guard Katana sleeves. Yes. Nathan, I think you're right. All the 0 cost that you can find probably for Ninja, huh? That's actually, I think you're right. That is the first thing to look at. So yeah, maybe I'll do Nimblism and Nimble Strike. Scour the Battlescape Blue is like a perfect ninja card, I feel like. Generate the money, cost 0, so it's gonna let your stuff go again. Obviously the Scar for a Scars. Good tip. That's a good tip. Yeah, maybe that's actually it there. So these are a bunch of 0 costers. Very good, very good. Okay. Scar for a Scar and Sink Below are extremely viable. Spider, we're in a good spot then because I pulled a lot of those here. Yep, look at that. 3 Sink Belows with this beautiful, this foil is about the best thing I've seen in my life. Not my life, but it's the best thing I've seen in cards for a long time. I just love that. What are you sinking below from? Those blessed with ether have an incredible gift, the power to shape the fabric of reality. That would be quite the gift. Sigil, man, okay, so I've got a lot of good 0 cost generators. Oh my gosh, Zach is done for. Game's over, guys. Now, can somebody tell me, I know somebody out there knows the answer to this. I'm looking at like, I think this involves us doing the combat chain correctly, which is not difficult. I think we just didn't come from Magic, and so it's a little bit weird. We came from like very bizarre FFG timing charts. So Flick Flack, I got Flick Flack Blue here, FLIC. It says the next card you defend with this turn, if it's a card with combo, it gains +2. So would that mean that like I respond with this reaction, it resolves, and then we go to resolve the attack, and then the card that I had placed in defense early on is now resolving when the attack is resolving, and so it gets +2? I don't have to play in another defense reaction to give it +2, right? Yeah, I have another sealed game coming right up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. It does sound right, Nathan, right? 5. So I've got 5 slots here. I think I'll do an unmovable. That's definitely good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's do one big. I see. So Wounded Bull and Barraging Braunhide are very similar. Maybe a big Demolition Crew in there. Wow. Resources. You ready to lose?
Mm-hmm.
This game is over.
Great.
Hot, hot, hot.
Bravo's gonna beat down here.
The old Bravo beatdown.
It's hammer time.
I just like this Wounded Bull card. Also,
Sounds cool.
Attack reactions, very good.
Reactions in general are good.
Yeah, I have
Surprise.
an action. It's an unexpected twist. Okay, Young, thank you very much on YouTube. Your next combo plus. So this attack, if you block with combo card, it won't +2. Okay. Combo card. Okay, and then I think I'm just going to throw in one of these guys. I'm going to throw in some money, right? Who doesn't love money?
I have a lot of money in my deck.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I need one more seed because I have 2 weapons.
So Bravo's hammer has the, if you have 2, 3 resources in your discard, it gets +2.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my number one thing I was looking for. I have 18 3 resource cards in my deck out of 30. We'll see if it's enough.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay.
Those Kodachis are great.
This is cool. All right, let's get some Kodachis out here. Cuts.
Even's your first, odds on first?
Even's your first.
Because it's even Steven. You got it, Steven.
Steven is even. Boom. This equipment is so cool. Look at that. Just a line of fun.
Fun.
Get some water and get ready to throw down. I like the 4/5s. That's kind of that's a good idea.
Feels nice.
All right, Flesh and Blood.
Let's go. I will say today, the game clicked on a level.
Yeah, it hit the next tier.
Yeah.
I feel like I have about 6 more to go.
There's a lot of tiers to go.
There's a lot.
But like the thing is, I feel like when I'm playing card games, and I don't know if you feel this way, but the first like several months, you take big steps, and then like the next 3 years is all like a tenth of a percentage point in how good you are.
That's correct. Yeah, you are right on. Okay, well,
You have a full armor suite.
dude, I'm coming in here. I'm not messing around. I'm a trained assassin. I don't know. You're just like a bard with a hammer.
I mean, that sounds great. Can we do a role-playing session where that's the case? You're just a bard,
You're just
with,
a
a
bard
hammer.
with a hammer.
Grab me my beer.
Idiot.
I'll sing you a song. No one sings songs like Gaston.
Yeah.
No one slings cards like Gaston.
I like Bravo a lot.
I love Bravo. I happened to play him on the first game, and he reminds me of Gaston. So, like, that's probably enough to make him one of my favorites forever.
You know, Beauty and the Beast doesn't, maybe this isn't true, but it doesn't get enough credit for being so awesome.
It stood the test of time. There's some, like Little Mermaid. Have you watched that recently?
No. Is it still creepy, that octopus lady?
Ursula. Yes.
I remember being freaked out
My
as a
nieces are
child.
really into Little Mermaid, which is why I realized this. But you watch it back. The moral of the story is basically like,
Yeah. Sell
There's
your
not
soul
one.
for
sell your soul for a
love
dude
in
you've
something
never
you
actually
don't like.
met,
Yeah.
and your talent. And there's literally no penalty for it.
Yeah? Well, she's going to get on land and have a...
Ben Sweeney says, "Didn't Beauty and the Beast win an Oscar?"
Yeah. Doesn't
It's
get
so
any
good.
recognition.
Live action
But
was
like,
good too.
Once Aladdin, Aladdin eclipsed everything for me. I went from Robin Hood, which to me was like the old school Robin Hood was the classic Robin Hood, and Little Joe on that one. That's just unbelievably good. And then it was like, okay, there's a bunch, and then there was Aladdin, and that became the thing that I was watching. And then it went to Lion King, and it was watchable for a couple, but I went back to Aladdin because it was a little too sad, honestly.
It is sad. The
It's really
dad
sad.
stuff in the
Yeah,
middle is too much.
really sad.
That's
Awesome, Jason.
Aladdin was fun. Looking back, I like Aladdin a lot more now. I thought Aladdin was cool. Genie was fun. And Abu was also fun. But I really liked, I loved the Hook movie.
Good for you.
And then my brothers were, like, I had a brother 3 and 5 years older than me. So he's similar with you, but, like, that got me into, like, all the, like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They were doing cool stuff when you were younger.
Yeah. And it's, like, that's really where the Avengers stuff comes from.
Yeah.
Because, like, by the time I was around, it was, like, Power Rangers was the thing. But, like, and Dragon Ball Z was another thing that was around. But they got me into, like, and Ghostbusters. They were really into Ghostbusters for a while.
That makes sense.
Which is funny.
Do you guys get into Transformers or Mask or anything like that?
My oldest brother was
Yeah.
in Transformers.
That was about right, yeah.
So I never really watched anything. I just had the toys around because they were left over. Like, Daniel had them.
Yeah.
And he didn't need so they're not playing toys anymore. He was also really into Batman. I loved Batman as a kid.
Yeah.
The old 60s show.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're, like, climbing up the side of the building.
That was the really campy one, right?
Yeah, super funny.
Adam West, I think.
But then it was around, because '89, I think, is when the Tim Burton Batman came out, like the dark Batman. And he had the Batmobile that, like, could peel off, or, like, the two sides came out.
Yeah.
And I ended up losing one of those sides.
Oh,
and I was scarred for life because
Catamaran now.
he was not happy. He blamed it on John at first too.
Dude, yeah, here we go. Okay, bringing Biker Mice from Mars. Remember that one? Street Sharks. It was wild. It was
Street
wild,
Sharks?
like late 80s, right? Or early 90s?
It was the 90s. We had a lot of great cartoons.
Yeah. Just bizarre cartoons.
Yeah.
Really strange.
Did you ever watch Freakazoid?
All the kids from the 60s started making animated shows, basically, is what happened.
That's right.
If you know what I mean.
Johnny Bravo. Hoo-ha.
Okay. Yeah, and Quest, remember that Johnny Quest one?
Oh, yeah.
Just had like the Q.
Uh-huh.
Wild. Man, there was a lot of good stuff back then. Zords? Was Zords a thing? Was that like the weird, where they have the animal robots? Zords or Zoids?
Zoids sounds familiar.
Sounds like something I would have been into. Key Force? Oh my gosh, those little toys, you put a key in, then they transformed.
What we really had is the best 90s cartoons, though, because we had Spider-Man, Batman, and X-Men.
So good.
And those cartoons are still good.
Pirates of Darkwater? Oh my gosh, Pirates of Darkwater is great. Good job. Beetleborgs, yes.
Zoids. Zoids was it.
Yeah, it was Zoids, yeah.
I thought that sounded familiar.
Okay, draw 4, and then I'm going first, you said?
You're first, man.
All right, let's figure out how to play a ninja. I've been training my whole life for this. Just a little. All right.
Remember Captain Planet?
Mm-hmm. He's a hero. Gonna take pollution down to 0. Excuse me.
Excuse me?
Okay, this is a cool turn. Let's kick things off. Equipment's important. Let's kick things off with a Surging Strike. Cost me 2. I'm going to pay for it with a barraging Bronhide Blue to generate 3 money. So I've got 1 money left.
Come on, it's got to go again.
Mm-hmm.
Not cool, man.
When an attack action card hits, I can discard a card with cost 0 to search my deck.
Let's block with 4.
Blocking with 4.
Yeah, coast to coast. Yes, that's a classic. Space Ghost.
All right, that's resolved. You want to just leave it up? Because I feel like Ninja kind of wants to leave it up, right?
I'll just break this and I'll leave this card in.
I just have go again. So, I've made a mistake.
Not
Hold on,
my trap card.
Let me do this differently. You know, this actually is relevant. So it's important to know you can't generate a resource if you don't have to. So like I have a 0 cost card that I want to use to generate, to get it in my pitch zone so I can go again with this card. But since I already have 1, I'd have to pay this 1 and use this, and then it would not go again, right? So instead, I generate 1 for the Surging Strike with the Flick Flack, and then I generate 3 more. So now I've got 4. I pay 2 here.
Yeah, that's what you should.
Yeah, and then I pay 1 for a poke of 1.
On the Kodachi.
On the Kodachi. I'll use my left hand first.
I'm sure you have a good reason. Take 1.
Yeah, I'm sure I am too. You're taking 1?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Take it. 1 more.
Taking 1.
All right.
Kodachi'd me.
Ta-ta.
It's cool, right? It's a very different
It's
style.
cool. And these go to the bottom. Now let's pay attention. Okay.
Currently paying.
These go to the bottom, and I put this in my pitch, and then I draw up to my hand size. You also draw up to your hand size, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, cool. Oh, man, Ninja stuff's cool, man. That's really cool.
It's better than you think it would be.
Yeah, good memories back there, guys. All right, what are you up to, bruh?
All right, let's pay for Bravo's action. Until the end of the turn, my attack action cards with cost 3 or greater gain Dominate.
Excuse me?
They gain Dominate. You can only block with 1
Block
card.
with 1 card. Just a big old hammer swing. You're just swinging with big stuff.
And we were swinging.
I'm the little haha.
We're going to pay 3, and I have 1 left, and we're going to hit with a Wounded Bull. If I have less life than you, it gains +1.
You
so
do.
It's a 6, and you can only block with 1 card.
Hit me with 6, block with 1 card. I don't know about that. Hit me with 6, block with 1 card. Okay.
1 from hand.
Yeah.
And we were swinging.
Okay. All right. Man, Ninja's got to be the hardest to play, right? It has to be.
I don't know.
It has to be. Okay. Oof. Okay. Let's do this then. I'm going to take 6.
Okay.
Call me in the morning.
+8. Just kidding. 6. It hits.
Yeah.
I'll put this over here. I'll put these under. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. Let's start out with some magic here. 0, Scar for a Scar. It has go again because I have less health than you. It's going to cost me 0, and it's going to do 3 damage. Do-do-do. Man, that Donkey Kong show, I totally do. Great, John. Thank you. Just ordered the 4 hero decks. That's awesome.
Nice.
The email, yeah. So we're going to keep stocking those as much as we can. It should be once a week. We're restocking maybe twice a week. See some L5R players in the chat here.
You got those Kodachis coming.
Poking at you.
I know the drill. You know the guy?
Yeah, I know the guy.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Just lose, Zach. Just lose.
I like that. How many hitting for?
I'm hitting for 3.
Okay. I'll take it.
Okay.
Take 3. We're both playing the same game.
We're playing a game here, aren't we? All right, now decisions must be made.
Wow, Jeremiah says, just got 4 more booster bundles. Was glad to see those come back into stock so quickly. Nice work, Team Covenant. Hey, super huge shout out to you. That's a massive order, and it's huge for us and allows us to keep doing everything we're doing. So really appreciate it. Hope you get some good stuff in those boxes, and we'll keep putting those in as fast as we can get them.
Okay. This is do you go for the...
Awesome, Brandon. Excited to see what you think about it. What's up?
It's just I love this. It's just fascinating.
We're peeling the layers back, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dude, I'm going for it. I'm so going for it. Heart and Cross Trap. Destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
-2 to the thing you play. Next attack action. Let's go with a Surging Strike. 3 damage with Go Again. If it hits, I can search my deck, potentially.
You have a lot of go again.
I'm a ninja. I'm super fast. Connor, it's just because we're doing a sealed pool. So Zach just didn't pull as many equipment from his packs. At least that worked with his character.
Block for 3.
Okay. We're going to keep going.
All right.
Don't get to go search my deck, though. You know.
That's why I blocked it.
Let's throw the old Whelming Gust Wave for 0. Surging Strike was the last attack. I get
You were
+1.
trying to get the pre-game for that card.
+1 and Go Again, and I draw a card. So it's currently a 3 damage attack with Go Again, and if it hits, I will draw.
I really shouldn't let you do it because you're going to go get the third tier of this.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it works.
Block for 3.
All right. Blocked.
Make him use all my good cards on defense.
And we'll do a Kodachi. We'll generate 1 resource, courtesy of Sink Below. Have a 0 in the dig, so it will have Go Again.
Take it.
Take 1. It's happening again.
Take it.
Yes. All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ninjas, man.
Just ninjaing around. Can you pit me up?
Yeah.
Pit me up.
I've been waiting my whole life. Nothing like, man, this is going to be some nice, long steeped, cold, gross coffee.
It's delicious. All right, mine.
Yep. Delicious.
Scar for a scar. It's got to go again
Oh
because
my
I have 1 less health
gosh.
than you.
Would you quit scarring?
It's like I knew. Dun, 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 dun. That coffee is bad.
It's got to be awful. I don't know what you're up to.
I need some juice. Scar for a scar is like one of my favorite cards quickly.
Yeah, it's fantastic, right?
0 cost go again. It's so thematic too. You just gave me a scar and I'm giving you one back now. How funny is that?
It's pretty funny, bun. All right, let's do breaking scales. I don't know when I'm supposed to do that, but I just wanted to get the battle worn out of there and take one. Do you have any reactions,
No,
etc.?
you're good. Take one.
All right, 3.
All right, my second action, I'll play an energy potion.
Cool.
0. Stays in play. It's an instant. At any point, I can just gain 2 money.
Yeah, very nice.
Well.
Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Perhaps I made a mistake. Wow. Okay, guys, I'm on it. I'm on it here. I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to destroy the Hope Merchant's Hood to shuffle 2 in and draw 2. Get ready. It's happening. I'm going to draw exactly what I need. Yeah, that foil energy potion is nice.
It's cool, right? It's got
beautiful.
that nice glow going on.
Looks like a potion.
Look at that. Oh, yeah, it's showing up nice.
Simon, yeah, the attack reactions are not very common. Warrior definitely did more of them. I think Warrior does more attack
Makes
reactions,
sense.
yeah, because they're like more skilled. Obviously, Bravo can't react. He's too busy singing. Katsu doesn't need to react because he's always on the offense there. All right, 2. Boom. They're great ones, I'm sure.
You remember the old Gladiator show?
I do.
American Gladiator, is that what it's called? It was
Yep.
amazing. We used to do that at my grandma's house. We'd set up, we'd have couch cushions and various things to try to see, make it through the living room. You know what I mean?
Various things, yeah.
Like those poker sticks for the fireplace. Just kidding. That'd be so bad.
Oh, I'm 1 off, guys. I shouldn't have wasted that reducer. I guess it
Bummer.
was good while it lasted, though, right?
Bummer.
All right, well, how about Sink Below, then? Harmonized Kodachi. Sink Below generates 1. Pay for it. Gains go again. 1 damage.
Say what?
1 damage coming at you.
Take it.
Guess all. Then I like piecing together a turn like as I'm figuring it out.
That sounds very un-Steven of you.
It's awful. Oh man, and I had the answer in my hand too. Okay, yep. So then let's play Scour the Battlescape for 0. I can put a card from my hand on the bottom of my deck to draw a card,
Okay.
and it's 1 damage. Does not have go again.
I'll take 1.
Okay. I'm going to put 1 on the bottom.
Start from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Now or her.
Draw a card. Beautiful. And then these are all going to go away. Sink Below goes in. And I draw 2. All right. What you got?
Let's go. I'm going to play Nimblism Yellow. The next attack action card with a cost of 1 or less that I play this turn gets +2. Go again. Nimblism Red, also free. The next action card that costs 1 or less gets +3, and I have go again.
Nimblism with the hammer? What are you talking about?
Then,
it's a hammer. You can't be nimble with that thing.
The next thing I'm going to do is use my instant energy potion to generate 2 resources.
Wow.
And I'll play a...
The Drone of Brutality. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait, before I do that, sorry. The 2 resources I'll use on Bravo's action. Until the end of the turn, my actions... that doesn't work. So instead of using the 2, I'll just use the 2 to play this. Drone of Brutality.
Okay.
It's 6 plus 5. It's an 11 attack, and if it be put in the graveyard from anywhere, instead I put it on the bottom of my deck.
Mm-hmm. 11, you said?
Pardon me?
Yeah. No defense, but we got a reaction
Okay.
Mini unmovable there. Cost me 3, playing the Whelming Gust Wave to generate those. And it will block 8.
Okay.
So I take 3.
You got it. The drone goes to the bottom of my deck. This goes here. I'm actually gonna. Can I replace my arsenal card?
Nope. Stuck there forever. Isn't that crazy?
Until you use it.
That's why the arsenal is like the key to the game.
All right, we'll leave it, I guess.
Just gotta use it.
And then draw.
So Bravo really is, David Whitfield saying Bravo is the star of the Everfest Carnival. So he really is a bard.
Literally.
Or, yeah, bard. Okay, that definitely changes things. Man, people could get really good with this. This is this slogism's awful. It's like, when am I going to play this? It costs 3.
Slogism?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Okay, so, yeah. Well, I'm just going to ninja you, right? That's what you do. What's 1 damage worth, anyway? Let's do a Harmonized Kodachi for 1. It's going to have go again because Flick Flack Red is in the pitch zone as a 0 cost.
Okay.
So, have
Take
at
1.
thee.
Taking it.
Let's drop in the Slogism for 3. Let's swing again.
Take it.
Then let's pay 2 for Open the Center. It doesn't get the combo effect, but it is just a 4 damage attack action. Yeah, Nathan, because I got this Slogism combo going. It's a sealed pool. I can't have a purely effective deck. See, it's already doing work. It's scared Zach so much he doesn't even know how to defend. Stream brought to you by Nalgene. If I do that enough, they will send us bottles, I'm sure. Somebody is going to watch who knows somebody who works at Nalgene, I swear.
Yeah, we'll just take it. Taking 4?
Yeah.
Get it.
Uh-oh. Big turn coming up, huh?
Mm-mm. I can't possibly imagine what you're talking about.
I think this game is incredible, man.
It's so good, actually. It's really so good. I agree.
Having a great
All right.
time always.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's just enough. It's just enough of a burn. I'm not. My brain is not like. I'm not. There's not like a weight on me.
Yeah. The Marvel Champions puts that weight on you, where it's like all these calculations. This is like nice, bite-sized, quick
Trades, man.
But
It's a
there's
game of trades.
long-term thinking going on.
And you realize when you're in the death spiral and you should have been doing something different.
Yeah.
And you don't. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
Slogism, paying 3 with a Slogism.
Oh, you played
Slogism red here. It's +6.
That's the better version.
As long as I do an attack that costs 2 or more. So then I will
+6?
+6.
Why
yeah.
are you putting these big numbers everywhere?
Then I'm gonna play a Cartilage Crush, paying 3 for it here. And it says if this attack, it deals 7, so +6 will be a 13. If it deals 4 or more damage, your first action on your next round costs an additional resource to play.
You're doing 14?
13.
13 damage?
Yeah.
Doesn't have Dominate or anything weird? Can you
No,
give it Dominate?
I don't have the resources to give it
That's
Dominate.
right, you don't. That's right.
But, 13 would look like your whole hand, most cases.
Good
luck proving it.
It absolutely does look like that. Oh, man. Gross. I can't take that. I actually would just straight up lose, right? 13?
Mm-hmm.
I have 10?
So you have to block at least 6 of it,
Oh,
or
my
2 cards worth of it.
Gosh.
I haven't gotten a Bravo story in the book yet, but I'm very excited about it.
What is wrong with you?
Me?
Yes.
I'm Bravo, man.
I'm Bravo.
No one swings a hammer like Bravo.
Let me sing the song of...
No one slings cards like Bravo. Jeremiah, it's great from a narrative standpoint. It's not like necessarily just reading like a story. It's very much world building, telling you about various cultures and structure of the city and layouts and history of characters, and it almost reads more like Wikipedia than it does like a novel, if that makes sense.
Okay, so
Ben Sweeney says, Zach, you need that Hulk Hogan shirt to rip off during these moments.
I mean, yeah, this is out of control. So let's defend with 2, 4, 5, and then go to reactions. You got any?
Nope.
And then we'll throw in flick flack. So 7.
So you take 5.
Yeah, we'll take 5.
And remember, if you take 4, your first action is going to cost you an extra resource.
It won't even, I'm not taking an action. Thanks. Thanks for nothing. Okay, my turn.
So how many did you take?
Oh yeah, 5. Arsenal, draw new hand.
We're tied. Hold on, he's gone bottom.
Okay, here we go. This is what we needed. This is what we needed. Okay. Is there a way to search? No, there's not. An attack action card. If you do, okay.
Jeremy says, I'm normally Team Steven. Unless, of course, somebody's playing Bravo. Then I'm Team Bravo.
That's right.
You got to have standards. Bravo's my man.
You got to have standards.
Blake, we've been having an incredible time with Seal. This has been really fun.
Yeah.
It's just been genuinely fun. Exploring the game and peeling back the layers. I'm excited. Tomorrow I think we're going to do Sealed with an Arcane Rising box.
Sure, go by them.
And we'll keep rolling. That was it.
Yeah, because I had no cards.
Bravo
so I put one in
smashed.
Arsenal, and then it's your turn.
It's your turn, you see.
When Zachamania runs wild on you, brother.
Ain't nothing going to stop it.
It's the kind of game you know that you're playing it poorly, and you know that you could get very good at it, right? And then you can get to a point where you think you're good at it, and then you realize that you're actually only okay at it, and then you have to get actually good at it. As in nonsense.
Okay. I put the wrong card down there way
Good.
early. It's been fantastic. Just kidding. This is a lie.
I've made mistakes. Jeremiah, right on. Flesh and Blood right now reminds me of the glory days of Magic the Gathering Alpha. There wasn't 10 exceptions for every rule, 295 cards, you had your colors, and you made it work.
Yeah. And the way they're doing the classes makes me think it's going to keep being the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every set so far has been 4 different classes, and they're different. There's 8 now, right, at the moment. So like a bunch of the cards don't work for everything. So it's everything has a pretty small card pool, but then there's the generics that you can use with anything.
Yeah, Don, it's super balanced. It's crazy. I don't know how it comes down to the wire every time, but here we are.
Let's do this, shan't we? Shan't we? I just gotta not die.
Don't die.
That's the goal here.
That's right.
All right, here is what we'll do. This is for you. I'm going to generate 2 to use Bravo's ability. I'm going to generate 3, have 1 left over still to use Anothos. So it's going to be a 6. It's +2 because I have 2 3 resources over here. Oh no, cost 3 or more. That's different. Let me back that up. I did that wrong last time too.
Mm-hmm. I just say resource in my head when I see a little heart thing.
Yeah, so I'll generate 5 here, and they both cost more than 3, and we'll be back to the races.
So what does that mean for me? 6?
6, and that's it. Just a 6.
6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. I hate this. Oh, man. Okay, fine.
Tim Stice says, I can't find this game anywhere. We have it. We just ran out of booster boxes again, but we'll have more in the next day or 2. We have the starters in right now.
6.
I blocked it. And we were scrapping.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I needed.
Okay. Wait a minute. I don't want to do that. I'm taking this back. My entire plan revolved around one thing.
All right.
I'm taking 3. There's 2 on there somewhere.
You scarring me.
Yeah, I needed that scar to work.
Scar. You got it, man.
You got it, boss.
Just don't fail.
All right, let's start with scar for a scar. 0
Blue.
cost, 2 damage. Go again, because I have less health than you.
We'll block 3.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Easy. Let's swing for 1. Generate 3 resources. And it's got to go again because of the ability.
I'll take 1.
Take 1. You know what's happening. Let's do it again.
Take 1.
Fluster Fist from nothing for 4. It's not a combo. I'm having to string together just a brawl here.
Block for 6.
Whoa!
Staunch response.
Is that a defense reaction? You gotta pay for it. It's a one thing that it was hard to learn for me.
Block him.
Oh, you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, well, you got a staunch defense. I can't argue with that. And rolling 1 into the arsenal. Gust Wave going under.
Mine?
4 new cards. You've only got 2. You can't do anything with that.
Yeah, I can. Oh, man.
Oh, man, indeed. Oh, man, indeed.
I'm just going to play a crazy brew.
Oh, yeah, you are. I love that. That's, that's what I'm looking for.
I could have played this, but I think this is funner.
All right, well, here's something for you. Let's give it a shot. Head jab, boom, 0 cost. Go again, 1 damage. Poking at you. This game's great.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I love it. You taking 1?
Yep.
Ooh, interesting. All right, for the go again. Let's see which one we want to do here. Let's go barraging to generate 3 resources. Let's play an open the center for 2, so I float 1. If head jab, which is true, so it's a combo, it gains +1, go again and dominate. Red, open the center.
So you're at 6?
Only defend with 1 card.
And you're at 6.
And I'm at 6 damage.
Well, that's fun.
Did we finish off with a head jab, open the center?
No, we didn't.
Oh my
I'm going to play an unmovable to block for 5.
You pay
And it
for
cost
that
me 3.
nonsense.
He thought it was over. No, not today.
Let's see what happens. Hold on. So was that from your arsenal?
That's for my hand.
So you're blocking for 5. I'm currently at 6.
Yep.
I'm going to take this reaction, destroy this. Card with combo gains +1. So I'm currently 7. You're blocking for 5. You better have a defense reaction or you're done.
I should have put more in.
You can only do 1. It's dominate.
Okay. I'll play a defense reaction.
No, actually, here's what you can do. Before you can put 1 in for defense, and then we go to reactions, and that's when you play that card.
Oh, it's a defensive reaction.
It's a defense reaction.
Yeah.
So let's do it like that.
So I I got it.
Because breaking scales is over here. You know this.
Yeah.
You're a good player. You know I'm going to give it +1.
Well, and it's a reaction, so I shouldn't be playing it yet.
Right. That's correct. Yeah.
So
you can normal defense. You can 1 card from.
yeah, I'll block for 2.
Okay.
Let's take them in my hand. Actually, let's do this. I would do that. Block for 2.
Okay, block it for 2. So it's currently 6-2. Then it goes to attack reactions. I'm going to go ahead and destroy this. It's now 7-2.
All right, and then I'm going to react and make it 7.
7-7.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be the end of that. I do have go again. And 1 money. How about a nimble strike for 3? Yellow nimble strike.
All right, I'll block for 2.
Woo! Yeah. Okay, you blocked it. You got it. Put that in the arsenal. This goes here.
Mine?
Yeah.
No cards in hand?
Never pass.
Let's spin an action on the Crazy Brew.
Yeah.
Roll a d6. On a 1 or a 2, I lose. On a 3 or a 4, I gain 2. And go again. On a 5 or 6, I gain 2 resources, 2 action points, and my next attack is +2. I'm dead!
What a way for Bravo to go there, right?
If I do hit the 5 or 6, I can actually afford to play this. Because it costs 2. And it's +2, and I can banish one of my slogisms to give him plus. It'd be 8, and
I think
you can
if
only
you
block
hit that
with 1
potion,
card.
you probably are in a decent spot.
Yeah, it'd be 8, and you get a block with 1 card if I hit. But that's a 1 and 3 to hit, 1 and 3 to lose.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
So that was great. That was a great learning. I feel like that was a really great learning experience.
This is fun, guys. This is super fun. I think Simon's got a good question. Do you think the combat chains will get bigger once you played the game and understand it further? I think so. Once you get into Constructed, everything always gets a little more complex. So this is 30-card decks from 6 booster packs. So this is a quarter of a booster box that we're using to make a Constructed deck. So obviously, it's going to be, and even with that, this was a Ninja deck that was like able to at least do a little combo stuff and feel like a Ninja deck, right? It's pretty amazing.
Which, I mean, I think that's one of the benefits you get when you're playing or when you have a game that has 4 classes in a set. So you only have 4 classes.
Mm-hmm.
So every pack you're getting usually 2-ish cards for that class specifically in this one section. So 12 packs means that you're going to have 12, or 6 packs means you're going to have 12 cards that are class specific roughly.
Yeah.
Plus you're getting 2 rares in a pack.
Yeah.
So that's another 12 cards. If you divide it by 4, it's 3 rares.
Mm-hmm.
And so and you know you're getting 4 generic actions, so that's 20 or 30 cards. So you know you should be able to put together a 30-card deck.
I think they built it like that, right? Isn't
Absolutely.
that amazing? They
Yeah.
built it where it actually can work. That's pretty incredible. Connor O'Neill, I cannot express how much I dislike dice being in this game. Now, you know what? I understand that. Here's the thing, though. I had to come around on this one because it was not. I'm the same way. It's like we inject randomness into a game. I could be winning, just barely even, but I could be winning. Zach hits that 6 on the potion. The game totally changes, and now I'm losing because a random die decided to, roll a 6. I get that. I understand that. But also, there are things like the level of like cerebral in this game, right? When you're just jamming cards. I think to inject a little bit of randomness into that can actually create for a little bit more of an exciting experience. Where like, okay, now I've got to adapt to the fact that you invested money in that, you invested an action in that, and you took a risk, and sometimes that risk is going to pay off.
And it'd be a big payout.
And so there's a tiny little element of risk management and risk mitigation that gets added to what is otherwise a very analytical experience. And that can be really nice. If you're playing with friends, if you're playing with people you enjoy, which is the 95% of the games that I play.
And not me.
5%, you know who you are. That's really, right there, that's super fun if you allow it to be fun. You have to play enough miniatures games. I had to get this drilled in from Marvel Crisis Protocol, where it's like,
okay, it's just a little random.
just roll the dice and just see what happens. Don't worry about the outcome. You can't control it. So I do kind of like those.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it. The thing is, they could have integrated randomness in any other way. It's like discard the top card of your opponent's deck If it's even, do one thing. If it's odd, do another. And if it's 0, do a third thing.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to have a die, and they could have made it off this is your deck, but then if you control it and you have only 3, like,
It can be
just
breakable.
depends.
Yeah.
You know, I took a weird potion. I stumbled into the tent, grabbed it, and just passed out.
I'll tell you what, too, man, those early CCGs we've been playing, they were not afraid to roll dice on those things.
That also might be framing this, right? So
Yeah.
we've been playing miniatures games, but we've also been playing all the old CCGs, and this, by comparison, is not at all feeling like an RNG roll the dice kind of situation.
I remember too in early Netrunner used to do this like crazy, which is hilarious to me, where it's like you approach a piece of ice and then the corp rolls, and if it's a 6, it's like 17 net damage, and a 1 to 5 the ice is trashed.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, what?
It's like, and that's where like even that card I was just playing. If I had had that card way earlier in the game, it's like I basically spend some time and then I either lose 2 life, gain 2 life, or it goes crazy.
Yep.
And it's like, that's a totally fine. It just happened I had 1 life left. And it was like, well, I'm either going to kill myself or I'm going to win the game.
Yeah.
But, you know, it gave me an out. It gave me a Hail Mary. And, like, if it hits, that's a game we talk about forever.
Even that right there is like Bravo sipping his potion at the last second when he's like on the ropes, and it's like,
Just
oh,
passes
poison.
out. Yeah, just down. Just done.
That's awesome. All right, so let's get out of here, Zach. I think we've explored the edge of this kind of sealed environment. So let's come in tomorrow. And do you think we should take all of this from one box and maybe build 2 decks to the best of our ability? I mean, I'm keen on cracking more packs. You know, I'm not
what I was
going to
say
complain
is
about
like,
it.
I
But
feel like we could do an Arcane Rising.
do the
sealed
same
deck.
thing.
So
Yeah.
we do the same thing, and then we can come into next week where we're actually constructing decks out of everything we got.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
And that'll be
So-
1 box of each set, just so people can get an idea what's going on.
Join us tomorrow for that. Again, my deepest personal appreciation for so much support for this game, and the fact that we're already sold all those booster bundles is mind-blowing to me. That obviously affects us on a personal way. Literally, that's how I get paid. So that means so much to me and us as a group of people just trying to do this tabletop thing as excellently as we can. And we're glad that you guys are here for it and taking part in it. It's been a blast doing these streams, and we'll continue going and pushing on Flesh and Blood because this one is excellent.
Lots to learn.
So much fun. All right, take care, guys. Zach, take him out.
Will do. All right. Hey, you guys on chat have been great. You were very helpful along the way with the rules as well. Your excitement is contagious. Glad to have you with us, and we really appreciate it. So we'll see you tomorrow for more Kraken Set 2 Arcane Rising, and next week for even more after that. So stay safe, and we'll see you guys next time.